That was the whole group was just sitting there watching the intro like question marks. How are we doing? I see chat's active too. How are we, man? Thank you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ken. That's Ken. That's Dash. We have with us today, we have Ryan as Madriana, Kian as Dash, Rory as Eos, Busy as Hatsu, Richard as Slate, and Taco Bear will just be joining us in the back seats there, just watching. It's unfortunate, but he got a good front row seat for the show tonight. I do. How's everybody doing today? We good?
Absolutely fantastic.
Ready to bury someone.
Oh, good, yeah.
Wow.
Well, on that note, we will jump in with our recap. Oddly enough, in a very cynical and sadistic way, we made John do the recap this week because Richard wasn't here last week. So
well, he's no skin in the game anymore, so
yeah, you know, absolutely.
Oh, there's skin there. You just got to take it off his body.
Oh my god! I need to do the recap. My heart.
But it's old and leathery.
It is. It is.
We just need to taxidermy him and stick him in the forest as like this, like. If we have the hands pointing each way, it could be like this way to school and this way to the forest, you know.
Taxidermy him, speak with dead, almost like the original.
Yeah, basically.
He just stuck Nellie's. It was only just a dream for eternity.
For eternity. Right. Well, recap.
Oh my god.
Well, folks, y'all know me, Chicken. And I ain't much for talking, as you probably noticed during episodes 1 through 19, but I figure if anyone's going to say something about Wesleyan, it might as well be me.
Oh, no. It's canon now. It's canon.
Yeah. Now, I know he was getting a little bit older, a bit too far fast than he probably would have liked, but he wasn't much of a quitter. And when it came to helping out his new friend Gorebound, he didn't let all that arthritis slow him down, no sir. Even up in them frozen hills of Penzance, when Dash was bumbling around like he didn't know a coat from a dish rag, Wesleyan was out there working away on the new house everyone was building. And boy, sure did he work away. He had his work cut out for him. He had to check every brick and beam like it was the most important thing in the world. I swear. He wouldn't let Dash touch a hammer without watching over him, because let's face it, Dash, if he had his way, that house would be as flat as a pancake. It's true though. But the group got the job done, and it was a mighty fine house. We all went down to the tavern to celebrate. Wes learned to play an honest hand of cards, and despite them cheating hands of some dirty thieves at the table, managed to win the first game. Beginner's luck. But the second hand didn't go as well, and with all that cheating and scheming going on, wouldn't you know it, Amy gave some of the gold back to old Wes, saying he could give it to Gorebound to help start off his new life in Penzance. What a gal. If, of course, she could be permanently his neighbor. Now, old Wes aided her new true house, given it was clearly not up to code and well violating his rights in general, and he wouldn't move an inch until she agreed to pack up and get off his lawn. So she agreed. Though something tells me she ain't gonna stick to the spirit of the agreement. Now, Amy, I gotta tell you that if you don't move that treehouse far, far away, he can come back and haunt you for the rest of your natural life.
Can we put threats in the recap?
Yep. He's gonna haunt you something fierce.
Now, not be present, he can do it.
That's right, yeah. It's in his last will and testament right here. It does say, Amy shall move her house or I will haunt her. And so I'm just letting you know. Now, Wesleyan's time with us was brief. Not even a year since he found himself on that island full of witches. He deserved more quiet pints with Slate. Wouldn't you know that across 19 episodes, there was only one Frosty Boy uninterrupted. Too bad Slate wasn't around for that game of cards. Now, I doubt he would have played a clean game like the rest of them cheaters at the table, but it would have been at least one last cold one. Guess just goes to show you that life is fragile and fleeting. Ain't ever gonna know when the end's gonna be. So drink up, those who do, and don't skip the extra portion of chicken tonight. Rest easy, buddy. I hope I see you in my dreams.
Life is like a box of chickens.
That's right.
That was
As I said,
excellent, man.
That was brilliant.
Take inspiration. That was good, man.
Bravo.
as I said in chat, technically Wes was the last cold one.
Oh my god, man.
Ooh. Man.
That's it. That's the session.
And scene.
At least the recap next week's gonna be much easier. Well, our recap last week is this. We just show the 50 seconds of John recapping.
It's so unfortunate that he missed the level up.
Oh yeah.
And he has to start at 1 again.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Jesus.
So we join our intrepid group as Hatsu and Ayami run up to the mayor and to Slate to let them know of the demise of Westland. Slate, this is the first time you're hearing this. You had left the tavern a little early, and you weren't aware that anything had happened. You knew Slate wasn't, or that you knew that Westland wasn't doing great, but obviously didn't expect this. Welcome back, Richard. First of all,
Good to be back.
Tell me a little bit about how your week has been leading up to this. You've been here for the guts of about 5 days. Like you're on the 4th night at the moment,
So I think leading up to this moment, we know that I have a history here in town. We know that I have, to some degree, some connections to some people in the town, the mayor being one of them, hence the conversation that we're in the middle of at the moment. And we know that I've kind of been a presence, but maybe taken a step back in the last couple of days, and I've been there for most but not all moments. With that in mind, I guess I would have spent some time re-walking some of those streets, you know, the old haunts as it were, and like anyone who goes back to a place that they spent some time, love it or hate it, there's a curiosity there to see, is it the same, has it changed, is, you know, that old neighbor still the same way, are they there, are they not, did it change, you know, the local store, is it still the same, so on and so forth. So I definitely would have, you know, very quickly just taken some time and had a look and taken note anytime we went past anything, or I was there, or I was listening to a conversation. Sometimes I probably would have been quiet in the background because I actually wasn't listening to you guys. I was listening to the others, trying to pick up on the local stuff as much as anything else. And I think based on recent events, conversations with the book, and the book pulling us into a vision, which was a vision of, you know, things like Penzance, etc. I think all of that would be fresh in my mind, and I definitely would have been trying to see if my visit there stirred anything up in me, if, like previous times, I'd had a moment where something came to me, a vision, a sight, a sound, a smell, you know, something. And I think I would have been somewhat preoccupied from the group with those, albeit the fact that I was with everybody else.
So visiting your literal and figurative old haunts, and then obviously interacting with the book a little bit would be your main sort of course of action.
Yeah, I think after spending some time and seeing over the first day or so, knowing how we got on with building the house for, you know, Gorband, Adrian, etc., and seeing how everything was going with the group and with Penzance and with our reason for being there, I think as my focus shifted to see what's changed and how I feel about it, if I was getting nothing from it, I think, you know, it would be rude for me not to have waited till one of the evenings on the 2nd or 3rd day and consulted with the book to try and see if I could pick up where I left off, albeit in their vision, you know, or otherwise, to try and see what am I missing, why can't I remember, because I was shown a vision that I started to remember of being small and being, you know, led down the street, but since I've come back, nothing. So how come?
Okay. So you're going to interact with the book, you're going to put hands on with the book and talk to it, basically, and ask these questions.
100%.
Oh, that music was so happy for a moment.
It's been a while since I've been here. It didn't look like this before.
Before what?
This town was built in the wake of an event, a discovery. Tell me, what is it you're searching for?
I mean, I don't know what I don't know, so I can't tell you what I don't know is what I'm looking for because I don't know what it is. So
Oh, Slate.
I'm looking for the pieces of the puzzle. More information. Anything to fill the gap.
You came
To understand.
to the past of Slate to understand the past of Elias?
Have to know your past to know your future. Just because I've got multiple pasts, I guess I gotta know them all.
There isn't much that happened here that I could tell you that would surprise you. The ink is already on this page, but opportunities shall arise soon to go back to your true home. And there, things will get interesting.
I think at that point, I would know that there's no point in probing or pushing the book, having had experience of doing that before. I'd be inclined to take what's being said at face value. Certainly impatient / disappointed, but it is what it is, and we're here to do something else. So I'll come back to that another time. I think, thereafter I would just follow back into the pattern that I was working with the guys, getting everything sorted in Penzance, and then that would bring us probably right up to the conversation I was having when they came up to tell me what had happened to Wesland.
Yeah. So with Wesleyan, you feel free to tell me how it impacts you, but I imagine news like that would hit you like a truck. I can't imagine it being easy.
100%. Knowing Penzance, knowing geographically where we are versus where I last saw him, I don't think I would wait for the explanation or the discussion. I think I would just make a break for it. I think, you wouldn't want to believe that it's true. You'd feel like for some reason maybe it's not true, it's a joke, or maybe something can be changed or undone, or having I suppose an arsenal of magic, you'd like to wish there was something you could do. And I think you wouldn't have time to think, you would just react. So I think I would just be full sprint to the last known location. I'll hear the rest and see the rest, and it'll all make sense when I get there. Absolutely. If it makes sense.
I apologize for the interruption there. My brain just went, I need to ask this question right now. As you approach Gorban's house, I'm really, really curious. This is a me thing. Everyone else could just sit back and listen. What form is Slate in as he approaches Gorban's house?
I would imagine on previous times of stress, he has reverted to a thin, gaunt, scarred man, and that has been a presence that has helped him to feel unyielding and unbreakable, somebody who can go through anything and come out the other side. But in this instance, I think he would probably be as a small boy, because for various reasons of his past and visions and what's going on in his head locally and at the moment, but also because probably the overwhelming feelings.
So as you run up the hill towards Gorbound's place, the hill starts to feel much larger. I don't even think that's an occurring thought to you of why, but it is as your form shrinks to suit the new form that you've taken. You get to Gorbound's door and it feels larger than usual, but it doesn't matter. It's cracked open enough for people to walk through. You just steamroll straight in, and in the middle of the room is your friends, your allies, except for Hatsu and Yami. It's your allies gathered around Westland in different states of unease. I'll let them describe how they feel or what energy they're emoting and expressing, if that's something that Slate wants to know, but at the moment that's where we're at.
Right now, he's still in Magiana's arms. She hasn't actually put him down at all since she picked him up.
Oh, she's still holding him? Okay. Sorry, I apologize. Not before then.
No. Just to set the scene that I can imagine we've just given the money to Gorbound. He looked upset and stuff, and then we were just about to head out when Hatsu and Ayami ran off to. Yeah.
I imagine in my head, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, that Eos is the kind of person to wear her emotions on her sleeve in these kind of cases. I can understand that there's probably an expression through her that you can understand her emotion. The fact that Adriana is even holding Westland is an expression of emotion. But Dash, what is it for you to go through this?
Dash would be, I suppose, open, but somewhat reserved. Not like hiding it, just not sure how to express
like
the
hands
sense
in
of loss.
Pockets, like distant within but present without, or
kind of standing there, kind of like as I am now, arms crossed, not quite sure what to do with his hands right now. You know, he's kind of touching his face. He's kind of
right.
Looking for a way to respect the situation without, I suppose, outwardly putting too much more emotion out there. So
okay.
Yeah, just kind of stood back and being unusually awkward for him.
Eos, I don't know that you've been through a situation like this before. I know that you've been through situations more involving yourself and your emotional state. Like, the concern has usually been others facing that fear from you, not the other way around. What is this like for Eos? What is this moment for her?
At the moment, physically, Eos is with her right hand trying to put away tears, and her left arm is just down by her side, clenched, and she's not too sure how to proceed. She's very emotionally torn at the moment.
Yeah.
She struggled with emotions in the past, something she's always struggled with. And she's trying to distract herself by looking up at the stars. She's like murmuring away to herself, trying to keep her face hidden from the others.
You're in Gorban's house, so you're kind of looking out the big window that Hatsu like super put in with precision.
Precise.
Yeah. And you can see the stars, but you're trying, so you're going outward. If it's okay with you, I want to share the whisper that you sent last week, the one that was to
Go for it.
The last moments of Westland.
Yeah.
Although nobody would know it, Eos whispered down, "Seek the round tower beneath the stars. A friend awaits with knowledge of past times," and then did her own sign off as her name. I think in my head, I thought about it a lot during the week, and I think in my head that might be the last thing that Westland heard as well. I would like that to be, because I think that carries more weight to it. I thought it was really nice. You had sent it to me and I didn't see it until after we had signed off, so I wanted to pull back to that because I thought that was really nice. But you had sent the whisper and it just bypassed me there until afterwards, so I wanted to bring it back. And Adriana, you're carrying the weight, like, you don't care that this is heavy to you, you don't care that like there's so much strain you don't want to let go. What is it that you're going through with this? What is that representative of for you?
I guess for her, it's just kind of a. Some of it's anger, like wasted time. Some of it is frustration that she couldn't get through his thick skull. And also the fact that she now has to move her tree a little bit. But she's, as ever, focused on the job. And the job is get him home, get him rested. And that's all you'll see from her face. Well, the very little of her face you do see.
You can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Madriana's
I
mask.
will say the eyes are blue now as well. They have started that glow.
Madriana's mask conceals a lot, but I don't think it can conceal that much. Like, I think there's a lot to be told of her body language at this time as well.
From my perspective, it strikes me that obviously it's a somber attitude, and like our atmosphere rather, and everybody's attitude is they're low, it's in their boots, etc. Nobody's really doing anything. So for example, nobody's like trying to perform CPR, nobody's like casting spells, nobody's doing anything. So it would be apparent to me that all of that, some time has passed. This hasn't happened in the last couple of seconds. This took me a couple of minutes, took them a couple of minutes to get to me, then to hear the message, then for me to get to here, and all this time has passed. So by the time I get there, I would be aware that if those things were going to have worked, they would have done them, and therefore they would have worked, and therefore, I'm thinking through all the options that I have, about trying to help, and instead I think I will cast Minor Illusion on myself. So if anybody looks at me, I just look normal to everybody else, but it means then they just don't see how I feel, so they can focus on what they're going through and what has happened.
Yeah, you can pop Minor Illusion as a chat, that's fine.
Just gonna do it there. And then the other thing I would like to do is I would like to go up to Weslin's body, I suppose, and I would like to use message. So whether or not it'll work is irrelevant. It's the thought that counts, because it's a message that only he will hear, and that's the point. And I just want to say to him, sleep well, old friend. Sorry I wasn't there. I'll look after Chicken as I said I would. And then I just want to basically take 2 beers, open one and put it beside him, and then just take a step back and start drinking the beer, and that's it.
Both just yeah, it's nice. It's nice to, like, I don't feel like I hear enough about how characters go through stuff, so I do appreciate that. Outside of the cabin, we have Hatsu and Ayami. They have informed the mayor. The mayor said she's going to seek help. At this point, you can stay in the town square if you want. You can head back to Gorban's hut. You can do whatever you like.
Well, is there a way you could send word out to Mr. Remington? And he's talking to the mayor.
She has sent
I think we need some...
Yeah.
I think we need some assistance to get our friend's body home.
They've sent someone to go get word to Remington of what's happening and stuff, to get somebody out here for you, but it's quick from the Arcanum, not so quick to the Arcanum, so you're going to be here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not something you can really do anything about in this moment. They'll send someone to you when that time is right.
And he looks over to Ayame, and he looks back to the mayor and goes, well, we have certain ways in our home to say goodbye to our beloved ones that died. Do you think there is a way that you could share your traditions with us to give our friend Wesleyan a farewell on his new path.
And you're saying this to Ayami, sorry, or are you saying this to Ayami?
I'm saying this to the mayor.
To the mayor, sorry. Yeah, because I thought you guys were traditions, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mayor is happy to provide whatever is needed for this because she knows how delicate this moment is. She liked Wesleyan. Yeah, like she'll provide stuff to you. Again, it takes a bit of time, so you'll have to prepare. It won't be just something you can do at 10 o'clock tonight, but they'll sort something out. There's only one chapel here, and it's to Minerva, and the south side of the town. And so there is someone here who can help with traditional stuff as well, in the terms of like the religious respect, more so because that's what they have here. But you can, yeah, she's gonna hook that up and set that up tomorrow, that someone comes out and talks to you guys and sees what you want to do and how you want to do that and how they can help as a community as well.
There's one more thing I want you to ask for before we go back to the others of our school. Would there be a way to get like a tree sprout? I want to send him, set him up a memorial that would fit his kind.
Well, it would want to be a hardy tree, but I can probably do something. Yeah.
And he bows down a little bit and he goes, "Domo arigatou gozaimashita." And he turns and leaves and gives, like, with his left hand behind his back, he gives like a little sign to Ayame and that it's time to go.
She bows to the mayor and then follows you, almost like your shadow. Same speed, same pacing.
And I head him back to the group.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before morning?
Yeah.
Go ahead, yeah.
So I'd like to spend a bit of time there, as I said, have a bit of that drink. Like I said, I've cast Minor Illusion on myself, but then I want to carefully, respectfully, but I want to go to Wesleyan and tear some cloth from his clothing, a long enough strip, I suppose, and then with that I'm just going to leave. And again, knowing the area and that it's fishing village and that type of stuff, I'm going to go to a spot that I would have gone to many times and just go and sit and watch the night close in and the water, etc. And that's where I'm going to go for the moment.
It's not long until Chicken follows you, coming down towards the water as well. Doesn't really nudge you, doesn't disrupt you, just lays down next to you as the snow sprinkles onto their fur. Over the course of the next hour, the snow almost covers them as they lay there. They get up and they shake off the snow, but the white doesn't dissipate. Their fur now bone white, through and through, as an Arctic fox sits next to you. It just lays back down and watches the sunset, well, I guess the sun's already set at this point, but watches the moon through the stars in the sky and as it dances around.
What I'll do is take a knee beside Chicken at this point, and I'm going to use that cloth to tie a scarf that smells like Wesleyan around Chicken's neck and leave it for Chicken. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, having possibly more tolerance to the cold than others and having more experience of it, I'm purposely going to strip down into very little and just embrace the cold, possibly foolishly so. And then I'm just going to spend some time to scratch and score the bracer, the gauntlet that I've had on my wrist, Underneath,
For a split
there would
second
be
there, I
several.
pictured Slate with scratchers, like scratch cards. And I was like, where the fuck did you get those from? Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, so scratching and scoring the kind of the bracer, gauntlet, bracelet, whatever it is that I have on my wrist, and underneath there'd be several scratches and marks. I'm just adding another one to it.
Okay. Easily enough. Yeah, you add your scratch marks in, and at some point, Chicken is like lying, kind of like, you know, like loaf style, but then just leans into you and kind of just stays there, not disrupting you or scratching. Doesn't ruin it in any way. It's just present. There's obviously a sadness to Chicken at the moment, so it's a nice comfort for both of you in some way.
I would, before we move on, Dash would take a little bit of time during the evening just to go to everyone and just make sure they're, knowing they're not okay, but making sure they're okay. You know, just kind of make sure everyone's.
That's nice, man.
Kind of acknowledged that they have what they need to process and cope. You know,
I mean,
make sure that those who want to
just
be alone are alone.
Yeah, he's no stranger to loss, so almost the right person for the job, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just go to Adriana and ask. I don't think we'll be moving him tonight. Where should we? Should we keep him here? Should we wake him in the tavern, or I don't know. What do you think?
We're outside of gore bounds at this point, right?
I would imagine you're still in there,
In there,
but you can leave if you want to.
So she doesn't answer Dash, but she walks outside and she'll kneel down, like, you know, you would do kind of in prayer, like on your shins,
right,
and like, you know, arse on the back of your heels kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just do that next to the wall, with the snow coming down, still holding Wes, and just stays there, and again uses her wings just to cover him.
That's nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's no problem with that whatsoever.
if you're staying here for the night, would you mind if I stay with you?
You don't get a reply, but you do get a faint nod.
I'll just kind of fix my overpriced jacket over my shoulders and.
What do you mean? That was a deal. That was a bargain, man. It's an absolute steal.
I'll just listen know the plan of action as well.
I will
She's
say,
not going anywhere.
as a Majana sees him, like, kind of, you know, getting it back over his shoulders and stuff, because her wings are quite impressively big, she will extend them out a little bit more so that it covers him.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's all she'll do.
Throughout the night, there's no watch needed or anything like that. It's just quiet. The town is quiet. The snow's coming in, but like with the way things are and everything, I don't even think the snow is like any kind of measure to any weight to you guys. It doesn't matter. It really comes down, but I don't think one person is thinking of anything other than our fallen friend here. And Dash's jacket. But it's a nice thing of unity when the whole group connects on a point, even a point as, you know, sorrowful as this one. But at about 4 a.m, that sorrow, that sadness, that glazed look on your faces is shattered by the immediate sound of an explosion. Each of you, wherever you may be, looks out towards the town, and in the central point of the town there is fire and smoke absolutely billowing.
Here we go again. I'm dashing straight towards it.
All right, I'll add it to the pun list.
From my spot watching the water, I'd do the same.
Chicken's with you. It's like an immediate reaction. What about the rest of you?
Well, I stay tonight looking out the window, crying, so slowly, rubbing my eyes kind of to exit this trance state. Slowly walk out of Gorbran's house.
Yeah, you would see the fire and it would become an immediate apparent threat.
Yeah.
In Hatsu's mind, he is a little 50-50 because he kind of thinks it's a weird coincidence that something like that is happening while they arrive with Gorebound. So he and Ayame would hide outside the house and guard Gorebound's house and also make sure that he doesn't go apeshit for whatever reason.
Sure. And as far as I know, the rest of you are all approaching, yeah?
Full tilt. Sprinting.
And Magiana hasn't moved.
Okay. So Madriana stays with Westland, Hatsu stays with Gorband's house. You guys are all in the same area, or at least you two are, with Ayami. Lissa's with Dash, like daggers out, ready to go, because she doesn't know what the hell's going on. You guys run up to this building.
As well.
Close that for me. Thanks. As you approach this big burning building, it's like the blaze is massive, but the magic, the fire isn't just normal; it's magical. There is normal colors with like orange and red and yellow hues to it, but there's also pink and purple and like all these other colors that would be not usually associated to a typical fire. Something strange is happening here.
The Aurora Borealis, located entirely in your kitchen.
At this time of year.
Looking around, is there? I assume there's other people around, or maybe not a lot, given the time. Who do I see around? Anyone of note?
People are freaking out and screaming fire, fire, and they're like running around, but there's nobody of necessary note. Like people are running to get like what would be like some kind of fire marshal of some kind to try and assist with this. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm shouting, is there someone in there?
You hear a light coughing and spluttering sound coming from within, one voice, but it's not responding to you.
Oh, fuck. I'll just kind of turn to Lissa and go, I'm gonna do something stupid again, and I'm making for the door.
Still? She sees you running for the door and she tries to grab you, but it's just you're too quick. Okay, I mean the first thing I want from you is just a constitution check.
Con save? Or check?
Please.
Save.
By the way, she's definitely said that about him before.
So that's a 16?
16. You're able to deal with the... Yeah, as the windows smash out of the building. You're able to deal with the smoke.
As I'm running, yeah, just to kind of theme that as I'm running, I'll pull my face covering up over.
Okay, if I get another con check from you in future during this particular adventure, I will get I'll give you advantage on your con for this specific thing, okay?
I was just going to say, I was waiting for that to finish to say, I want to cast Prestidigitation, which I was just about to say, to chill the scarf around Chicken's neck, and I was just about to say, gonna do that and follow him in.
Okay, you put your thing up, you guys go in, Chicken's in, Dash is in. You can you're all together because this just makes it easier for me in terms of tracking this, but what we'll say is I'll give either one of you advantage or both of you can have a single check on this, but you either can do investigation or perception as you try and figure out what the fuck is going on. Like Dash, I guess you're looking for the coughing sound. Maybe Slate is too, I'm not sure.
Well, that depends. Am I able to get in?
You're in, but it's the smoke is just crazy. But you're in, yeah. The smoke and the fire it's like crazy hot.
And I was just like tunnel vision straight for it. So I've noticed Slate arriving as well. I suppose
he'll probably make himself known because
Cool. So I'll let him know someone's coughing in here, and I'll roll an investigation.
Would I know? from previous experience, the family that lives here, would I know them, or would I know this is a man, a woman, and a child? May not know their names, but I know them to see. They know their routine.
Not a
would I
family
have
home.
any inkling?
This is an old warehouse, a storage facility mostly for food for people in the area.
Okay.
Hold a 18 on investigation.
18. And Slate, did you want to roll, or do you want to give him advantage?
I'll give him advantage.
Okay, Dash, go ahead.
Cool. So the second roll is a 2,
That
so
was
that's going to be
bonkers
that. So.
because that was a nat 20 and it just went like literally just like one roll over and just was a 2.
So you're not having that.
Yeah, 18 is fine. Yeah, you can hear the coughing, billowing coming down from the hallway. You see this person just sort of like swatting away at the smoke and moving disorientedly through, coughing and like sneezing, coughing and spluttering is the word I was looking for, not sneeze.
Okay. So I'm running, shouting, down this way! Running towards the person.
Following.
Yeah, you basically could grab them. They're right in front of you. Jacket over their head. They're just like trying to get out of here, trying to cover their mouth the same as you are. It's not working.
What I'll do is I'm going to take my face covering off and put it over them.
Okay.
And then...
At that point, I need from Dash, Slate, and potentially Chicken. I need a Constitution saving throw. I'll do Chickens here.
Not 20.
Dash has a normal roll, but Slate, you have advantage because you still have your face mask on.
Not 20 for 22.
Roll another time then for my advantage. Not 20.
Sorry, my cat familiar wants to get out of the room.
Not 20. Chicken got an 8. But that's not great. Chicken coughs and stuff like that, and is like trying to push towards the exit. They just want to get out of here, so they're starting to bolt towards the exit. Are you guys just following in tow?
Yeah.
With your double nat 20s? Crazy.
If Chicken's with me, because he is a snow fox, I want to use him like a... Yes, I want to put him up here around me, so he's on me.
Yeah, you just pick up Chicken and throw him over? Well, no
so that way he goes where I go, and his tail can be sort of... It won't really do anything, but you know what I mean. It's that kind of thing.
Wait. We have to do the slow motion walk out of here.
The building explodes.
I'd like to, before we leave, because Dash is already attending to that person and taking them out, I want to take a couple of seconds to review the scene. It's the equivalent of, oh, there's 2 wine glasses on the table. I want to make sure that there isn't somebody else that we've missed for any reason. Is there anything that would lead me to believe there is another person or entity within the building that's within danger? So I want to just survey quickly while he goes past me with them.
There usually wouldn't be anyone here, so like you're pretty confident that there isn't. You don't know why this person was here either, because normally this place is locked down at night. You're not supposed to be able to get in here. This is like the town food, so like, yeah.
If I knew that, then I'll go the opposite. Then I will take the time before the evidence is destroyed to survey the scene, to try and make a snapshot of, to figure out what is happening. Why are they here? There shouldn't be anyone here. I know that from living here before. And I will try and get some information before it's lost to the fire, basically.
Okay, what I'll do is if we come back to this, like if you ask the relevant questions after you're not, in the imminent death of dying, or threat of dying, I'll give you advantage on history checks to go through this for anything that's to do with those kind of clues and stuff like that. So we'll go through and see how much you were able to obtain as you're going through that, as you guys just bolt towards the exit. Those of you who are outside, watch, which I think might just be you, watch as I say you're walking up with Lissa. You just walk up just now to see what's going on, and then you watch Dash, of course, and Slate coming out. Dash has some like smaller man walking with him. Slate has like the fox over his shoulders as they're like heroically walking out of the fire, and Dash's new jacket has burnt to cinders. Only the jacket, nothing else. It's still a wearable jacket. It's just scuffed to shit.
Yeah. Just as I see EOS as we're getting out. Wait, question before I accidentally metagame it. Does Dash know that the fire's magical?
I mean, it looks magical. If he doesn't, that would be mental. Like, yeah.
God, I'll just point that out to EOS as I see her. That's not a normal fire. That's magical.
EOS definitely knew that already. Like, she definitely knew that already.
Yeah, but at the risk of not pointing out the obvious and have it not being actually obvious, It's
colorful. Like, it's not normal. Like, it looks like a firework fire. Like, it looks...
As soon as we've stepped out, I'm just going to turn around and start using, as futile as it may be, prestidigitation over and over and over, because you can put out small campfires. So in small bursts, I'm trying to keep, like, you know, the doorway or the window or and every time I relights that I've just done, I put it out again, then I get an extra bit, and I go back to the bit I was in, and then just trying to do my best to contain it while, you know, villages are coming with buckets or whatever may be happening.
That's what's happening. Mostly villagers are coming with like buckets of cold ass water that's barely staying unfrozen as they like toss it in. But they have to go down, get it, come back. It's like there's a well in the center point of town, but it's still a good minute away. People are doing their best, but it's like as more people join in, it gets easier. But like the fire is starting to diminish with your efforts and theirs. Is there anything else that anyone else would like to try on this fire?
Yeah, so ES would at this point
cast burning hands on fire.
No, that's Roshi, not EOS.
But if you do a bigger fireball, put out this fire.
Oh, brother. I'm using thaumaturgy and closing all the windows and doors.
Nice.
I'm gonna try
Some of the glass is broken because, I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, that's still better.
Yeah.
You're
gonna try
locking
and
it in.
stop the source of oxygen to the fire itself.
Okay. The place is starting to smell real good because the fish inside is cooking. If you like the smell of fish, cooking. If you don't, it smells
fish,
fucking
yeah.
rotten.
Raw fish, no. Burning fish.
Burning fish. The efforts are working though. Like they are, like everything you're doing is starting to put the fire out. Lissa's starting to run and get buckets as well, and she's just helping with this.
If villagers are coming past with buckets of like slush, it's like still ice or still whatever, can I switch from doing prestidigitation over and over? I'm going to switch to doing Sacred Flame on the bucket as they go past to like melt it. So as they run past, melt it and they throw the water, melt it and they throw the water. So as each villager runs past, I'm just standing waiting to melt the bucket. Yeah,
man, you're taking it.
The contents is more liquidy.
Some people would be freaked the fuck out by that, but some of them not so much. So you're putting yourself in extreme risk to do that. But you do that, and for the moment nobody's questioning it because this takes precedence. The fire begins to simmer down and eventually just becomes a crackle. The snow coming down on top of it almost turns to rain in parts, so that's really helping as well. And yeah, you manage to I guess subvert the death and destruction that would have been this place catching fire and the buildings next to it eventually catching fire and so on. And with that, you are safe. What do you want to do?
Look at who the fuck I've got under my jacket.
Well, that's a good question.
I'm going to point out, we probably wouldn't have kept them there all this time waiting for the fire to...
You're smuffling their head. They're dead. They're dead. Yeah.
Oh shit! No, I suffocated them.
Well, I guess
as all that was going on, just kind of let the person out. Small person, I suppose, put them down and go, right.
I guess you let John explain who you have under the jacket.
Exactly. I'll let John explain who we have under the jacket. Mr. John.
I'm so shocked.
Welcome back.
As he's being let out from the burning building, his right arm sneaks out from behind him to use the burning building to light a cigarette, which he's been smoking underneath the jacket, waiting to be released. I mean, this is fine. This is probably fine. But once the jacket's off of his face, he can lean back, take a draw off the very long ashen cigarette. Looks like it's got a couple of scorch marks. Pulls out another one. You see a goblin, or a scutterfoot as they're called here. A giant like spray of patchwork hair. A large, oversized aviator glasses covering his very beady little eyes. His ears are pierced and like comically oversized, like a gremlin. He's wearing a leather jacket. He's got "Mom" tattooed across his hand. Gusto written on his shirt. All sorts of patches sewn to his jacket. He lights the other cigarette with the almost complete one, pops it in his lips, and he's like, "Well, look at that! Can't be cold now, huh?"
I I would really have liked to have hit him when I saw the cigarette, but knowing better judgment, I will definitely have thrown a snowball at his face to his cigarette.
Do you want to avoid that, or do you want to? What would you like to do there?
I need to break the immersion for a second. Why does he remind me so much of Nessie?
Right.
Yeah.
No, as in IRL Nessie for some reason.
Yeah.
Because he is Nessie. Channeling my inner Nessie.
I called it that it'd be something small and weird.
Small and weird. Small and weird. Oh, just you wait.
Small and weird with a beard.
That's right. Oh, he's clean shaven. Goblins don't grow a whole lot of facial hair. I'm not known for it.
As I'm putting him down, I'm just gonna like, what the fuck were you doing in there? Who are you?
What? Who, me? I'm Gusto. Who are you, pretty boy?
My name's Dash. Did you set that fire?
Nah. I definitely saw it, though. Look at that. Look, it's gone. It's like magic.
Yeah, it was like, are you smoking?
Yeah, you want one? Pop up, a cigarette from his pack.
Dash coughs and a bit of smoke just comes out.
Multicolored
No,
smoke.
I think I'm
Dash.
I think I'm good.
Well, Minerva bless you. Pull out an alms box from underneath his jacket and kind of shake it at you.
I would definitely throw another snowball if the first one didn't hit.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Suit yourself.
What were you doing in there?
Try not to catch fire. That's what I was doing in there. Good looking out.
Doing it. Well, happy to help, I guess. I presume at this point the fire is kind of being quenched, so I'll just kind of look back. And kind of look at Eos for, that kind of helped me out here kind of look.
I'd like to know if he's lying.
Sure, yeah, make an insight check. John, I'll let you decide based on the results.
11. Yeah, he was trying not to catch fire. Although, there's a weird twitch in his lips as he's drawing on the second cigarette. I mean, he's chain smoking right now. He's got a third one in his left hand as he's moving between his fingers. Something spooked him.
You always smoke that much?
I mean, yeah, it's good for you. Tempestus always says, smoke in the sky is a sign that I love you. Sign Tempestus.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter, kid.
Who's Tempestus?
It's the god of, god stuff. He
I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
What? Oh, listen. I mean, as his number one priest.
You're a priest?
Yeah. I'm a chosen one. So there I was with Minerva.
Minerva.
Yeah, Minerva. I'm her number one.
Weren't you Tempestus number one?
Oh yeah, him too. And the other two, the ones with the E name and the something bus name. The ones with the name, they look like twins or something. They're all like, oh man, Gusto, you're so cool. That's why you're still alive. Thanks.
That's your name.
He was sent by God, Dash. He was sent by God.
I can assure you that God is the last person to send me.
Yeah.
Well, you think that, but listen, they work in mysterious ways. Praise Tempestus. Minerva, they're Erebus. That one too.
So, what are you, some sort of cleric?
Yeah.
Priest Dash.
Yeah, a priest, the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Yep.
Of all the people in Penzance,
Don't judge Dash.
You're the chosen one.
Are we in Penzance?
That's where we
It's
are.
very cold here.
Oh, that explains the snow. Oh, wow.
How did you get here?
I don't know. God did it. I'm
Which one?
You know what? I'll tell you later because I'm not really sure. It's like sometimes it's Tempestus, sometimes it's Minerva. And one day they'll tell me. But for now, let's just say all of them, all of the above.
Gusto,
Yeah.
why are you lying?
I ain't lying.
He's not
Look.
lying.
Now look.
I've
Ain't
never
lying.
heard John's voice go that high before.
I'm just gonna kind of crouch down to him. I'm a liar by trade. I know when someone's lying.
Yeah, I can tell. It's in the hair, right? You know, you're slicking it over to cover a little bald spot. I see it. Right. So,
I like
Where
to
do we
think
get
that
a-
Dash
where do we
had
get
a
a
moment of just like, just checking the back of his head for a second.
Just puts his back to a bit of glass and just keeps trying to look over his shoulder to see.
Doesn't want to
He doesn't
comment on it,
notice.
but he's like looking in the broken glass from the burning building just to see.
Yeah.
Just from walking past, just
Eos will notice that his little cigarette is starting to go out. She's just put her thumb up with a little flame and light it back up for him.
yeah. All right. Yeah, good. Flicks the cigarette butt over his shoulder, leans in to light
Sets fire to the
the
building again.
leans in to light it.
who put all that inflammable liquid there?
That's right.
Inflammable means flammable.
What a country!
You know, it's usually a bit unsavory to be lighting things with your fingers. I'm just saying, like, but I guess we're in Penzance, so it's fine.
Does
But
it normally explode around you?
what? Explode? Nah. Minerva protect us.
Yeah, praise be, whatever. Do you know what happened here?
Nope. And I don't want to know.
But you were inside there. Were you taking a
Oh yeah, I was in there. Yeah, I was in there. Apparently,
You
you know, shit happens, right? You know, one day you're walking down the street, the next day, there's Penzance. Where you staying? You guys got something to eat?
We do. Did you get knocked out? What happened?
What? No. Listen, I don't ever get knocked out.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Not once?
not even once. No,
Not yet?
I'm the chosen one.
Wait here a second. I'm gonna go. Eos, watch him for a second. I'm gonna go get Slate.
All right. So where'd you get the jacket, Gusto?
I had it made down. There was this really lovely tailor. She, what's her name?
I need.
Yeah.
I want to get a jacket like this.
No, she looks a lot like that guy over there.
Oh no.
She has like a fishmonger store like next door, and then there's a bank also next door to that. Pretty sure she works at all of them.
How much was it?
Oh, this jacket like 5 copper pieces.
Oof. Okay. I get $3 for that.
Genuine. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Having
Oh, I'm not gonna
overheard
have a
all
focus
this,
switch on playing Gusto, man. I'm God.
Oh god.
having overheard all of this, standing close by, and then having Dash approach, looking for me, I'm just going to start rooting through my bag, and as he comes over, just start offering hammer, crowbar.
Oh
Yes.
no, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit, man.
What kind
I
of
just wanted to
I'm
point
not
out-
ready for this. Look.
Yeah. I'm assuming is the Slate still like the child? Because I'm just assuming I'd have to kind of
Yeah, probably, right? I would imagine. I don't know.
yeah. Because I would be looking for Slate, but then I realized Slate could be fucking anyone. Until he pulls out the hammer and crowbar, and I go, yeah. That's
I was just going to say, yeah, that'd probably be a dead giveaway. I'd be walking over to you and be like, I don't like this guy, so hammer, crowbar.
crowbar. Yes, both. He's hiding something. I don't know what.
I motion a little like a hammering motion, feel the weight of the hammer, rotate the crowbar once, give you the crowbar. Hang on to the hammer.
Good cop, bad cop. Bad cop, worst cop.
Bad cop, worst cop.
Always a popular choice. You're up.
I am going to walk up to Gusto as a small child, so I presume we're similar size.
Pretty similar height, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like,
Grown man's voice and a hammer. That's fucking terrifying.
That would
I'm gonna
scare
be
me
like-
more, to be honest. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So I'm just gonna turn and be like, so, that was you, right?
No, that was a fire. Cigarette. Pop out a cigarette.
While he's talking, I want to turn my head into the Minotaur head and headbutt him.
oh shit!
Wow!
Oh my god! Caught Slate on a bad day, man. I'll let you decide, John, if you want to save against
Knock
it.
yourself out. Like I've got an AC of. That is on my sheet somewhere here, right?
It is
12.
So
AC of 12.
I will just do. Yeah, unarmed, exactly.
I'll even give you advantage because, like, he's not expecting that.
All right.
Kid turned to a cow, headbutts him over a cigarette.
14 doesn't hit.
14.
Oh shit.
14 hits, yeah.
Oh, 14 hits. I think it's a 16. Sorry.
No, I have a 12 AC.
Oh, 12. Sorry, I think it's a 16 for some reason. Sorry. 12, 14 hits. Yeah. Gusto, you have a bit of a bloody nose.
Oh, sorry about that, Gusto. That's my friend Slate. He doesn't like when people are less than honest.
And then
I'm
I
telling
say,
you the truth.
as soon
God,
as I headbutt him, I'm gonna say to him, "These people need those fish to live. If those fish are gone, everybody here dies."
Ah, shit. Well, guess we gotta start praying to Minerva real quick, like, huh? Dear Minerva, send us fish so these people don't die.
What's Alyssa doing right now?
I'd like to turn into my best impression of him, because I'm looking right at him and I can see what he looks like, his size and thing. I'd like to turn into him, and I'm going to turn to Dash and go, "No one will know he's gone. We can put his body anywhere. It's the middle of the night. And all I have to do is leave town and then come back."
Lissa, you're watching Lissa, and she's just looking at his pockets, trying to figure things out.
Look at his pockets. Of course. I like that idea. I presume we're actively trying to intimidate him at this point.
It's up to Richard, I suppose, and you.
I'm just gonna say out loud. If you said that, I'm just gonna say, I don't like him. It's simple as that. I don't like him. He's a dick.
What? Listen.
That's someone else's
Yes.
tagline. You can't say what.
You know what? That's true. That's a strange sort of existential moment I'm having right now, and I don't even know what to do about it. Okay, look. We'll set up a bake sale. I'll sit at a table. We'll collect alms from Minerva, maybe Tempestus, and it'll be fine. Well, it's fine. Look, I didn't set the fire. It's been burning since I arrived.
We
Okay, Billy Joel, but come here to me.
I like that John is in on this lyric thing now too. It's just spreading.
Wait, you said something earlier about like, oh, this town was built in my head. I was going, don't say rock and roll, don't say rock and roll.
It
We built
was.
this village
On fish.
on fish and oil.
That's why it went up so quick.
Yep.
Gusto, we risked our lives to save you. Give us something to work with here, kid.
Well, tell you what. We get ourselves a sandwich. Big old drink of something. Doesn't have to be top shelf or anything, just something nice. And we'll have a talk, like I'm Gusto, chosen one, you're Dash, too pretty for your own good. I don't know what that is, but Lizard Man probably. Oh yeah, hi, you Firefinger lady. You really shouldn't be doing all that magic out in the open, I'm told that are they here? This Penzance, right? We are in Penzance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're miles away. Miles away.
You want food?
Yeah.
Slate, do you think our friend Gorebound has any food?
I can get you
That's
a
a
deer.
good point. Gorban's probably hungry. Yeah, we should definitely bring him for supper.
Okay, Gusto, come with us.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no.
We'll escort him to to Gorbound's house, I suppose.
100%.
The rest of you, it isn't long until you see Dash with his burnt jacket, Eos with, I don't know, some luck of expression on her face, Slate in some form, a white fox, and this motherfucker.
This motherfucker right here. Yeah.
Hatsu would walk up in front of the door, like a good few meters to kind of intercept them.
Mm-hmm.
So this Gorebound?
He would look up to Dash, and
Dash
he
would
would
just
say,
kind of shake his head as soon as you make eye contact.
"And you
I'm
really
just gonna
thought
walk-
it is a good idea to bring him here?"
I'm just gonna walk past and go, "We brought lunch." I'm just gonna walk in and open the door.
He's the chosen one, Hatsu.
He
It's
is
true.
apparently Hatsu. He is the chosen one of Minerva and Tempestus
And the twins.
And don't forget the twins.
and the
And the
twins.
snake and the snake guy too. Why not? Yeah, you know that guy. You
Why
know,
not?
yeah. Why not? Core snake. You know him.
Of course, Nick.
Big
Yeah,
fan
the
of
one who
Cormac.
sees visions.
Hatsu looks over to Slade and goes, "Did they lick the mushrooms?"
Dash and Slate may have inhaled the mushrooms. They were on fire.
"So, who is this?"
Gusto.
This is Gusto.
Gus.
My shirt that says Gusto.
Look at his jacket, though.
Does have a shirt that says Gusto.
That is a nice jacket.
Yeah, nice lady made it for me.
5 copper pieces.
Where?
Yeah, what city was that in?
I know Palparoth.
Oh yeah.
You had it made. You had that made in Palparoth?
Yeah.
By
Nice lady.
Hatsu takes a step back with his left leg and he goes into his sword stance, ready to draw. And he looks serious. And he goes, "I don't know who this is. I don't know what happened. I'm just telling you, here is a place where you can't be with that person. So you either lock him up or you leave."
I think we need to get the mayor to come and talk to him. He was in the middle of that fire explosion over there. Yeah, and
So you have to bring him into custody. That's what you're saying.
we need to get some answers from him. Yeah.
Oh, what? You guys with the fuzz? Look,
Yes.
I could pay you money. You know, I could give you, I don't know, let's say 200 gold interest. You know, because it'll take me some time to get back to Palparoth.
Crouch down to him. Gusto, are you trying to bribe a cop?
Are you a cop?
I'm a cop.
Show me your badge.
No.
What's your number?
Hatsu looks a little bit over his shoulder. He looks towards Amadriana. And he looks back to the guys. And he says, "This is not the place nor the time. Either you
You're
bring him
telling me.
back or I will get him away."
Couldn't think of any place better to bring him until we figure out what his story is.
But Dash, it's
You-
not our responsibility. He's a grown man.
Grown man.
You're grown?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm 47.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
It,
If he made
Not
it
our
this far.
responsibility, but we're guests in this town. So I feel like it is our duty to help out while we're here.
What? So you telling me this is not your jurisdiction, but you're saying you're a cop?
He's not a cop, Gusto.
Oh,
Hatsu has enough. He looks over to Ayame, he gives her a nod, and he goes on him to knock him unconscious.
Okay. Well, this escalated quickly. Go ahead. It would be an attack roll against his AC.
Yep.
And if you have any
Yep.
actions or something,
I would attack with the sword, but with the non-sharp side. So the katana has a sharp side and the opposite side.
So he can learn.
He would take this.
hits, yeah.
15 hits.
So what do we do with the unconsciousness? Is there like a threshold or something?
His HP is his.
I want him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want him to shut the fuck up. So he wants to knock him unconscious for sure.
Roll
Yeah,
damage.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, and I sent you a message as well,
Sorry, what?
if you get a chance, in Discord.
Yeah.
7. Would you look fucked up for him?
7. Well, it would have hurt for sure, but I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think he's.
He would use his a bonus action. Go at him again. Net 20.
Oof.
That'll. Yep.
That'll help.
Yeah.
You tell me that Gusto doesn't look like he should be a music producer.
What tells
Like
you he's
punk
not?
rock.
What tells you he's not?
Like, that's the manager for fucking Johnny Rotten right there.
So, I mean, you're not wrong. I get it. Not 20 with a 9. I'm pretty sure you're like unconscious now, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's a 16.
Yeah, you're just asleep.
I
But
mean-
like, I'm gonna add to that. I'm gonna say you're asleep, but you have the cigarette in your mouth still, and you're still somehow smoking it while you're unconscious.
Hatsu,
Yes.
What have you done?
So Hatsu would get out some rope off his back, and he would make a knot that he would have learned to restrain people. He would like basically make a knot on his hands behind the back, and then he would tie the ankles of his feet to the hands. So even if he could lose one of them, he would still be stuck and couldn't move. Like, and
That makes
then
sense.
he looks over to Ayame and he says, "Well, if we have somebody here that caused the fire in the village, I guess the mayor wants to know." So basically, he's telling her
Oh, I see.
to get the authorities to pick this person up.
We didn't really establish that he caused the fire, Hatsu, but just kind of looking down at him. That works.
I don't agree
Well,
with it.
you guys said you wanted answers.
Yeah.
But that guy was just talking, and he
Lot of
looks
talk,
over
saying
to
nothing.
Madriana and he
Not
says,
coming from me.
"I think it's not the time nor the place to do it here. And we also not sure who did send this creature. Might be better not everybody would know that our new friend is living here, I guess."
So
Okay, we'll just wait for the mayor.
yeah, the
I
mayor.
guess.
The mayor comes up in no time. Yeah. You guys wake the mayor up at like 5 a.m. for this, but that's fine. They were kind of like just getting back to sleep after the fire, and so you wake them up. That's fine. They come up. What's what?
This guy was inside the warehouse that was on fire. He was smoking. Hatsu tied him up.
Right. And do you think he started it, or?
Generally, no. He's too stupid.
He's very shifty.
Okay. being shifty isn't illegal. This
I
is
believe he got knocked out and delivered in a box, but
Oh, I see.
I never got to ask that question.
Yeah. We're trying to get answers from him, see if he knew who did start the fire, but he just kept rambling on about how he's the chosen one of Minerva and Tempestus and the twins and any other god he could think of.
Snake.
The whole lot. Honestly, he was a bit of a danger to himself, I think.
I have a lot of questions. Namely, do we have any evidence? Or, like a reason? Or, like anything we can use to perhaps put him in the cells? Or,
No,
We didn't get to that point.
we didn't really get to that point, no.
Okay. You guys are gonna have to get better at this part of the job if you want to complete the Arcanum, but let's look at it fair. You knocked an innocent person unconscious under the assumption that they started it because they were smoking a cigarette.
Well, I was told he was at the crime scene.
I see.
And they had questions, and that person wasn't cooperating, and he was disturbing the peace of our friend's dead body here. And within the fact that we did bring somebody else here that someone might look up for, I thought it would have been a better idea to bring this person somewhere else to investigate.
She looks at you, she listens to what you're saying, she kneels down and taps his face, checks his pulse. Alright. Let's ask some questions of this gentleman, and
His
My
name is
question
Gusto.
would be, have you seen him here before?
no.
Do frequent fires break out in your houses randomly?
Sometimes.
Isn't it a little suspicion that he shows up while we show up? Our friend died and we bring somebody else into the village?
Penzance is one of the weird places where we sort of let anybody join. We do err with caution, but we have some strange types. And they are attracted to this place because of that. So we don't share a worldview with the likes of Palperoth, but we do still err on the side of caution.
I mean, with all due respect, I wouldn't restrain a person just because that person looks different than whoever.
Right.
And there was a Formula 1 car that was weird.
Yeah, I think he farted. You hit him pretty hard.
Well, he talked a lot,
I understand.
and I mean a lot.
That's right. I talk a lot, but you've never hit me.
Ask
You just
yourself
don't-
why that might be.
You just don't remember it, that's all.
Checks for bumps.
Yeah. I find
bald
3
patches.
and a bald patch. Yeah.
Well, don't.
I looked at nothing else.
I might be a little paranoid, but my first priority is to make sure our new friend is doing good, and that our friend Westlin gets the respect that he deserves. And he nods, like he bows down like a little bit, and he goes back into a spot where he could observe the door, but he's not interested in staying in this conversation anymore.
Are any of you versed in interrogation?
I just kind of look at Slate.
Richard's face.
Some of us have a little bit of experience.
I'm going to go over to the mayor and whisper my idea for interrogation. And this is the soft level approach. to her for when he wakes up.
Right. Go ahead. What is your soft level approach? I need to know.
So it's what I messaged you.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
It's rolling out the toolkit. That's the soft part.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
He can wake up and find himself in that situation. That's my
Okay.
first approach. And then my second approach is I show her my bag.
Yeah. No, the first approach would be sufficient.
Should we? Do you have a place where we could take him to question him?
I'll let Richard answer that.
So, when you ask that, I'm going to turn and say, well, I mean, my idea was to, was going to be let Gorband eat him, but failing that, now that he's unconscious, he could wake up to being suspended above Gorband, about to eat him, and he could answer the questions or be eaten.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to check. That's a lot less to put on Gorband. Would you,
He doesn't have to eat him, but he doesn't know that.
Eos will stand up. She just shouts, "You're all a waste of time. How dare you assume Gorebound will eat a creature? He's kind,
No.
he's friendly, we've given a house.
Yeah, obviously, I was the one who said we
This
bring him here
time, our
to
friend
do
just
just that.
died and now you want to threaten the life of another?
That's true.
Catch you later."
That's true.
And she walks out the place.
Gusto wakes up for a second. Hatsu just knocked him out again.
You just see the shimmering shine of the moon on the shuriken.
Just woke up to take
you get to hit it with the
cigarette, you know.
Impressive.
Yeah, on that note from Eos, is there any change in direction from anybody, or what do you guys want to do?
Eos might have a point. Maybe best not to use Gorband like that. Unless we could ask him, but he's just kind of settling in.
Until such a time as someone turns up to teleport us back, Amy will not be moving.
Okay.
That's her guard. That's her duty. That's it.
No worries.
Tell you what, Slate. There's a number of things going on here. There's emotion and tension here. We should probably eliminate from the equation. I mean, take this somewhere else, not eliminate them.
You're probably right. Because last time I didn't get to do it either.
Look, there will be times look at Hatsu knocked him out in a second. He's not really a threat. Save those things for the threats. I'll just look at the mayor. Is there anywhere we can take him?
Sure. She identifies the actual prison house if you want to.
All right, you grab the head. I'll lift him by the feet.
You lift him by the feet and you just lift him.
Who's carrying the head?
You.
Oh no, I'm not.
Ah, fine.
The
Just
fun
dragging
is
him.
over. I'm done. I've no interest in what's left.
I'll drag him towards the prison then, I guess.
Oh,
I could
fine,
probably
I'll
carry
help
him.
you. Oh, fine, I'll help you.
Yeah, you drag him towards the prison. I mean, it doesn't take super long to get there. He's very light, but by the time you guys are getting there, he would be waking up again at this point.
Just suck him one. No, I don't.
What do you... Yeah, how... So, he's waking up, basically. Gusto would be waking up. How do you want to handle that?
I'll take out one of his cigarettes and light it for him.
Okay, first thing that happens, Gusto, you wake up and a cigarette is shoved in your mouth. You're tied up, bound, and being somewhat carried by two strangers.
And I'm going to say straight away, I guarantee you this is not the first time you've woken up in a situation like this, so we'll cut to the chase because you probably know where this is going. You need to be straight with us and tell us where you came from, who you are, what's happening, because we're heading to a cell.
All right, first of all, you're not my type. Secondly, my name's Gusto, and this is illegal. I want a lawyer. Want a fucking lawyer?
What's a lawyer?
What, you know what a lawyer is? You know, they're the people that the city assigns to you after about a year in the slammer, you know, and they come out, they're all like, oh, sorry, I can't do anything because, you know,
So you
the law.
know.
Perfect. You want
You know
one
a
of
lot.
those after a year in the slammer. Perfect. On to the cells. I pick up the pace.
Yeah, you ain't got no right. You ain't got jurisdiction. You're not even with the fuzz.
You know a lot about the laws, it seems.
Yeah, I know about the laws. Look, I'm an expert at the law.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to apologize for our friend knocking you out. It's an emotional situation back there. Our friend
no.
just died last night, so everyone's tensions are heightened.
I'm pressing charges, all right? Pressing charges. That's assault.
It is assault. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assault and pepper.
I don't
That's
know
the
if you
other
use pepper
charge.
spray.
Could have.
Good.
You don't know what I did when I was unconscious? Mhm.
We do. Look, help us out here. Give us some actual answers, because right now you're talking a lot. You're saying nothing.
Yeah, I'm saying all the things you need to hear. Name's Gusto. Wait, hold. Yeah, I'm waiting another one of those.
Sure. I'll give him another one.
Good. Gusto. It's the name. Palperoth is where I'm from.
Okay, we're
And,
getting from Palperoth. Right, we got that.
Jesus. Through
I'm
your
from
thick
Palperoth.
skull. You're so fucking pretty. You can't think straight, can you?
You think I'm pretty?
Yeah.
No, focus.
I'd see like your pretty face down there in the alleyway. Yeah, I'd see that.
I'm from Palperoth.
Down the alleyway? Yeah, I figured.
Yes, actually.
Oh, well, I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize you either. Your type aren't really welcome in Palperoth.
Well, I mean, you
How'd
don't have to
get
like
around?
rub it in.
How'd you get around without the crew team finding you?
Always 2 steps ahead. That's right. And, you know, Minerva loves me, so, you know.
So you said you do any work in Palperoth?
Well, I mean, you know, it's not like they'll give me a position at the fry stand or anything.
Yeah,
What do you think I do in fucking
don't mean-
Palperoth?
Well, not to be presumptuous, but I don't think your type can get any legal work.
Is it burning buildings? I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Is it burning buildings? Is that what you do?
Look, I'm not an arsonist unless it counts tobacco and other leafy things that you might put in between the papers.
As we get to the cell, I'll untie him.
I'm a smoker. I'm a joker. Huh? Midnight toker.
God damn it.
I'm going to sit him down, just kind of crouch to his level and look just dead in the face. What work have you done that has resulted in you escaping to here?
Ain't nothing to do with my work that got me here, son. Ain't nothing to do with work. Unless you count the chowder incident, which was not too long ago, I might add. It was like, I don't know, 5 days, 7 days, 12 days.
Hey, whoa. I'll just give him a little slap. Focus.
What?
We need to know what brought you here and why the fire sprung up around you. Why would Tempestus send you here?
Look, God's work in mysterious ways. I'm just saying.
What were you doing before you got here?
You really want to know?
Absolutely.
I was laying out a big old fat steamer. God, eat a lot of garbage like I do in the alleyway, and you actually work for days.
I don't mean bodily functions. I mean, where were you? What were you?
Was taking a shit in the river. Yeah.
Which river? Where?
Balparoth.
How long were you in Balparoth?
47 years. Oh, Jesus. Who do I know? Fat Lenny, the Spoon, the triplets of, God, I forget the last name, but the triplets. I know the Shifty Gang and the Lime Kebabs. And,
whoa, hold on. Back it up. Shifty Gang, you don't mean Bloodstones?
Yeah, those guys. I know them.
Fuck.
Yeah, you better be scared. I know them so good.
Oh, I know them as well. Very familiar. Try to avoid. What were you doing with them?
Oh, they're my pals. Yeah.
You lying to me?
They're coming. Yeah. You're rolling insight. How dare you?
I mean, yeah, roll it, man. I don't even.
I'm taking my inspiration.
On a 3, you should take your inspiration. Yeah, man.
It's a 14.
14. I mean, you can't tell a good lie without a good truth.
It's true. Hold on, we'll decept here. It's high enough to where I guess it warrants a roll. Fuck yeah, I am. Yeah.
A dirty 20.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in big trouble now, pretty boy.
Okay, so you work with them, but the Archon doesn't have friends.
Well, it's more like acquaintances, like quiche and salad.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Slate, those guys are trouble. Useful, but trouble.
Dash, is there any chance at all
Where
that
the
he's...
fuck did you come from?
I'm always here. Is there any chance at all that he's lying to you?
He's hard to read.
He's not really.
You think he's lying? Oh, Gusto, this is Lissa, also from Palparoth, also familiar with your friends.
I like to look.
Hear me out. We work amongst a rather large syndicate of people in Palparoth. We have met all of the key players.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who this is. So
Gusto? Never met him.
Yes, that's precisely my point.
Yeah, if he was there for 47 years, I think we would know a fucking goblin was wandering around. You anyway would have
I'm
seen
pretty
him.
sure goblin's a derogatory term. We should watch that.
Yeah, racist.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, yeah.
Yeah, Scuttlefoot is what we're known by. Not that much better of a name, but we'll take it.
Scuttlefoot
How
is
about-
what they're known by, yes.
Okay, how about I just call you Gusto? I think
That's my name.
Gusto around Palparoth.
I mean,
Look, Gusto, we run in those circles and you haven't really come up, so either you're lying or you're just kind of not very good.
Or I'm really good, and you're just real shit at paying attention.
Well, I am shit at paying attention, but
yeah,
she's
I
not.
would believe that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's pegged you. He understands.
Not in that way. It's not my type.
Whoa.
Not my type.
Not
my type.
She leans down and she cuts the rope, and Gusto just falls free.
Jesus.
So, Gusto,
Right.
if you don't press charges, we just forget about all of this, and I'll get you a sandwich.
All right. Sandwich. And 3 beers.
I'll get you 2 beers because I've been slowly siphoning money from Dash for weeks, but he ran out, so we don't have much to play with.
Size of that guy's purse? Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There you go. Problem
Deuces.
solved. She starts to walk off with gusto. Whether or not you two want to intervene or do anything is entirely up to you.
What was up with Bird Lady?
What
Bird
is a bird
lady?
lady?
Was she out in front of the house with Wesley?
Oh, right, yeah.
She's protecting the body of our friend.
Oh, you murdered another person? Jesus, you guys are bad.
No, he just got old and died.
Bummer. Well, Minerva be praised or something. All right, let's go.
I just look at Slate. Are like, got any more to add, or are we just rolling with this one?
Just gonna roll with it.
And as we're walking, I just whisper to him, just keep the pittance handy.
Well, on that note, as you approach a tavern, that is the guy just walking out of the tavern. He locks the door. He sees you guys coming. He's like, he unlocks the door. He opens it and he just walks back in, leaving the door kind of ajar for you guys. As we enter the tavern, it seems like a good time for us to take a wee little break. So what we'll do is we'll take 10-ish. We'll take 12, just to wrap it up and make it nice and round. Take 12,
Nice.
because it'll round it up nicely by the time we're done here. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. Thank you guys in chat. You've been awesome. We'll be back in like 12 minutes. If you have questions and stuff, remember to ask them in chat and we'll talk them on the push show. Much love. BR and B. Oh, easy boss fight coming up. Good luck.
Go get him.
We're back. We join our intrepid group in the Penzance region in the small town of Penzance. As a few of them enter a tavern. Would any of the rest of you like to somehow come across the tavern and be a part of this, or is it just a few of the tavern heads?
You're sitting there after storming away. Oh, for fuck's sake.
She storms out.
Hat's still keeping guard on Gorban's house.
There's a small fire crackling away. It's not too crowded. That's the wrong one. There is a small fire crackling away, and the barkeep is just kind of sweeping and finding anything to keep them busy at nearly 4 in the morning while they stay open for you guys.
I hop on top of a table and I'm gonna wait for my sandwich and my 2 beers.
Cool. No worries. You do. The sandwich, 2 beers are promptly brought to you.
Fuck yeah.
It's very active music. Very alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just chill, you know?
Oh, there's no manners in the way that he eats. He may not have eaten in a while. He wears more than he probably gets in his mouth. He was kind of licking his face and licking his fingers, and long scuttlefoot tongue, that manages to get like
Hell yeah.
weird, creepy parts of his face.
Wow, you really went to town on that.
Yeah.
So, what's your deal? Like, what are you?
Oh, we're on this again.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
god. Okay.
I just.
That really is from Palperoth, huh?
Just kind of pointing out he hasn't put on like the accent or anything
Oh,
like that.
interesting.
He's just it's just him.
Now you've been asking a lot of questions. What's your deal?
Well, I can tell you my deal. I lied through my teeth to try and get what I want.
No
What I
shit.
need. No, lots of shit.
Mm.
You've seen Palpra. It's a veritable river of shit.
Yeah, that's where I get most of my lunch.
Oh, that's not good. Like,
It's not so bad on like a Wednesday.
Why Wednesday?
Well, that's when all the rich fuckers are like in the market getting the meats. It's always scrap.
It's a scrap that they leave for the rest of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
what crimes you do that had to get you skedaddling out of Palparas, huh?
I didn't have to skedaddle. I got an invitation to study.
Did you?
Study.
Didn't say how I got it.
Okay.
She just taps her nose and just lets you continue.
Yeah, so I saw it as an opportunity to see a bit more of the world. Get outside of that shithole.
So you're on exchange to the renowned University of Penzance.
No, actually, this is more of a field trip. We've come from the Crescent Pearl.
The what?
Right in the middle. You know, of all the islands, there's this place right in the middle. Yeah, don't worry, there's a big school there. They I just kind of look to Slate and this for, like, should I say any more? Or
Alyssa just leans
not?
back and crosses her arms and just watches.
I'm just gonna
They
take
teach-
out my lute and just start playing Weslin's song that he taught me and be like, yeah,
Oh.
you guys do whatever, and
Like
just
that.
go at it.
They teach people how to own their skills, magical and otherwise, in this Arcanum. So we're on an outing from there.
You know, I was once told by a guy on the street in the alleyway, you know, just to the entrance of the alleyway, he's like, hey, listen, I got like free candy down here in the alleyway, you know, and drugs. And if you just, you know, take the drugs to that other alleyway where there'll also be free candy, it'll totally be fine. You know, dealing drugs may be illegal here in Penzance, but like, it's okay. It's a drug academy. Huh? You get what I'm saying?
What?
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 Help me out here.
I'm trying. You were speaking my language for a bit there. You kind of lost me with the drugs thing.
Okay, listen. There can't exist a place, right, where there are spellcasters doing spells when it's clearly not allowed, right? Particularly since those motherfuckers are real serious, like, okay? They come out there with the man catchers and their like stun sticks and whatever whizzo gadgeto thingies they got to go bap the people over the head for, like, I don't know, making the nipples turn a little bit through magic, okay? So you're telling me that this ain't some kind of like weird setup, right? Going, oh, come with me to the magic school. You'll be safe at the magic school doing magic shit.
No, I wasn't telling you to come. I'm just telling you it exists.
Oh no, it was an invitation. I'm coming.
No, wait, what? No.
Yeah.
Wait, you just said you didn't believe it.
Now look, a trap is a trap only if you don't know it's a trap, or if you do know it's a trap. Either way, I got like the blessings of Erebus, so like it's fine.
How many gods you got rooting for you?
All of them.
So why do you need the school?
Because you invited me.
I didn't. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you did.
I
Help
did,
me out
I did
here.
just hear you
Yeah,
invite him.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see, yeah. She's on my
Listen.
side.
This is not helping the
Remington
situation.
is not going to be thrilled that you just invited somebody out of the blue to this economy.
I-
Did you even ask his permission?
Oh yeah. I know Remington is fine.
Oh,
You just love to watch me squirm, don't you, Listen?
she just sits back and folds her arms again.
So you
Okay.
guys narrate or something, or like what's the deal with you two?
So what do you want to, like, what's your plan? Okay, let's say you go to the school. What good is it to you?
I don't know, have a holiday, I guess, for a bit.
Okay.
We could all do
pray.
it a holiday.
Yeah.
Looking true. So look, okay. let's say, for argument's sake, you go to the school, you learn. What would you learn? What could they teach you?
Oh, they couldn't teach me anything. I am fed by the divine will of Tempestus. And or Minerva. Probably both.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. What kind of skills could you offer the school?
Oh, I didn't know I had to work for the school.
Oh yeah, you gotta work. You gotta like do security detail. You gotta clean the toilets. You gotta trim the hedges.
I can roll a fat doobie. Accounting. I'm a good accountant. I pray real good.
You
Collect alms. I'm real good at collecting alms. You want a tithe? Pull out my alms box and shake it a little bit.
He has my vote. I mean,
thank you, Alyssa. Please.
Running for mayor. I'm running for mayor of the island. That's what I'm doing. She's voting for me. I already got a vote. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's not a democracy. Yeah.
Figures.
Okay. Right. What was your plan from the warehouse onwards until we showed up and saved your ass?
Oh, well, get out of the warehouse.
Long term. I'm talking years. What's your...
You want a 10-year plan? Oh, God, listen.
5 years. 5 years will do.
They work in mysterious ways. In 5 years, I'll probably have ascended to the heavens. Like BFFs with Minerva. Shout out to the twins. And I don't know, probably be God.
Okay. Simple plan.
Yeah. What about you? What's your 5-year plan?
Oh, my 5-year plan is very ambitious. Take the crown off the head of the king and ensure anarchy rules in Palperoth.
What? Oh man, you are stupid.
yes, that is a little ambitious.
I was thinking it's gonna be propose to this nice lady over here, maybe go on a honeymoon to that volcano place, or I don't know, have kids, take the crown off the king. Oh man.
Yeah, that would be silly.
Yeah, pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Listen, takes notes.
Yeah. Let's say I haven't planned that far ahead, but I didn't realize I'd be encountering so many interesting individuals, so the plans are fluid at the moment.
Well, then don't get on me for not having solid plans.
Speaking of fluid, Dash, security is a little lax here, and you're not as flush as you once were. Perhaps there's a way we can change that.
What do you got in mind?
Something of worth must be here. Every town has something of worth.
Good. Slate?
You believe Slate
Thoughts?
is something of worth that we could sell? I'm not sure he's quite our demographic.
No, not that. But, I mean, he's sitting right there. He's from here.
Oh. Oh, Slate, is there something of worth in this town that's worth, not being in this town?
I mean, the owner or the user determines something's true value. So
Why does everyone speak in riddles?
only you can decide. But yeah, I'm sure somebody's got something worth taking.
I'm in.
Well, there we go. I mean, problem solved. Dash, prepare to be a mildly wealthy man.
I don't even know what our mark is.
That's up to you. You need to figure that out.
Probably fish.
That was your idea.
There's no
do
more
all of
fish.
it.
Yeah, there's no more fish. Okay, look. All cards on the table. Did you set that fire?
What? No. I was there, and there was fire.
Well, I believe him.
Mysterious ways.
Wasn't that an opera?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, listen, given that I'm like, Tempestuous is number one, I mean, for free, I guess this time, I could do, a cleric thing for the dead old guy.
What kind of cleric thing?
Well, I mean, you're like, oh, Tempestuous, something, dead guy. And then, like, there's like glowing light that comes down and, cleric stuff.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of the party would be too keen on that, to be perfectly honest.
Suit yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, while we're waiting, itchy fingers and all that.
I'll scope out a suitable mark over the next day or two, and we'll see how we get on.
If we're going to be here that long, but sure. Slate, I don't know what we'll do about our new friend here. I assume, Gusto, you're giving the impression that you kind of want to stick around.
Yeah, I'm going with you. You invited me.
I didn't.
No,
Oh, yeah, you did.
Listen, I thought you were going.
Ah, yes. I'll start first thing in the morning.
It is morning.
I'll start second thing in the morning.
We brought him here. That was one thing.
I'll start third thing in the morning. You're the one who invited him. I mean,
I didn't.
Yeah.
you offered him a sandwich and 2 beers, which was awful
Yeah,
nice of you.
it was.
Then you invited him, yeah.
Dash just smacks his head off the table.
I love how he's gone from possible person of arson to friend to accomplice to companion.
Yeah.
And yet again, I've had no hand actor part in this. I tried to avoid it.
Dash, you've really brought you've grown onto Gusto. You've latched onto him. I quite like it. You're
Best friends.
Yeah, you're best friends. I'm really getting that vibe from the two of you.
Oh no. This is too much.
I want a buddy cop movie where it's called Gust of Wind and Dash of Spice.
It's just them busting a cocaine thing, and at the end it's them, like, the credits go and all you hear is snorting sounds.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Listen, before you go, can you please kindly get me a drink?
Am I your mother?
No. But you're
Don't
flush
tempt
and
him, he
I'm
might
not.
like it more.
Ah, you're asking for a loan. All right, but you
You
owe me.
loan,
You know
I'm
the
not
usual
afraid,
bargain. I'll get you a drink, but you owe me 3.
Sure.
She just passes you over hers. She doesn't even go.
I think Dash has forgotten he still owes a Adriana money.
No, Adriana owes Dash 10 gold.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Got into... Anyway. That's going to be a thing for the rest of the campaign. Final session, right? About that 10 gold. When we have like 10,000 gold.
Stewie Griffin.
Oh, there'll
Where's
be
my money?
interest.
Where's my money?
There'll be interest, trust me. I'm counting
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. So as it stands, Adriana owes 11 gold.
Dash is gonna be dead in the morning.
Yep. Slate, I saw that.
Yeah, so the night kind of rains out. You spend your time in the tavern and you relax, and then you head off way too early in the morning to get a complete night's sleep, but that's fine. As the night sort of fades away and all of you eventually fall asleep, the only person still left awake is Eos. You're walking through the streets. You're a little bit lost, but you like it that way. Talk to me about what she's going through at the moment, her experience.
So she's grieving, to be perfectly fair. It's hit her in multiple ways. First was the tears, then the trembling. Then she saw what seemed like sudden spring of a surprise. Like when you're sad and you see a cat, like, oh, it's a cat. That's what she felt when she saw the goblin.
That's a derogatory term.
Yeah, it is what it is. So she's currently walking through the snow of the street. She's just wandering. She likes to feel alien. She, again, because she looks somewhat human, there's a sense of comfort. Everything is alien to her, not the other way around. She's not alien to them.
Right.
But she's seeking some kind of welcome, in a way. So she's walking through the street. She's going up a hill. She's looking at all the buildings, seeing what they are and what they might be.
As you walk around, each building has its own sort of environment, agenda. I don't know what the word would be, but it has its own thing going on where, like, some buildings are there that are stores, there's markets, there's stalls, there's fishing huts, there's houses. As the day begins to crack, you're still walking, and there's a moment of just like, you haven't seen anyone for a while, and there's a moment of just fuck as someone who just walks out, because you're used to that reaction. And these two kids come running past and they just wave at you as they run by, and they run down the street heading towards school as a disgruntled mother runs out with lunch bags just screaming after them like that they've run off without their food, and then she has to go make a journey to school because they're way gone. She just nods and smiles as she heads back into the house as a greeting, and you know, people get up and they start getting ready for work and they start going past you, and people are out cleaning the streets and they're doing different things in this town. Everybody does something here. And Eos is no exception. She's a part of this and a part of this community, and she's welcomed. There's a moment where you're waving to someone and your jacket slips down and you remember that Remington concealed you. And so possible that your greetings are because of your human look. But there is also a part of you that wonders that if a goblin is allowed to walk around here and a giant dragon lives here, and like, you know, this, well, not a literal dragon, a dragon human, lives here, and like all of this is going on, would Eos have been accepted here for who she is too? Those thoughts rattle around your brain, along with many thoughts of Westland and potentially what could have been done or what didn't get done, or, you know, if people had listened when you had asked and said that this is more important than whatever else is going on, would it have been any different, or would it have just been the same? Is this the positive outcome that you had to get to, or is this the negative outcome as a result of something that had been neglected? The burden of Westland's death is weighing on you. The consequences of that are weighing on you, because ultimately you may never get an answer for that. But there is just your own words echoing through your mind, the last whisper you gave to him, and that was a really beautiful moment. So I guess you can find solace in that as well.
She'll sit down on the bench for a while. She'll look at the ground. She'll keep seeing leaves, things flowing through the air like the passages of time.
Yeah.
She remembers reading books, stories, things in the Undercroft, all about how time could or could not be manipulated without true detriment to what is known.
Of course, yeah.
And again, there's that feeling, something behind the back of her skull. Turns her head when she turns, looking through her own eyes. She starts looking for a spire.
Of course. The only spires that you would see are the spires that denote where the town square is. That's not uncommon in towns. You would have one in your own. But the other is a significant symbol of faith. Wanting to sprawl into the sky just to be a little bit closer to Minerva. A temple. A chapel, I guess would be the correct term, but
useful to make sure her scarf is up, her hood is up, covering everything she feels needs to be covered, but of course remembering what is obvious. Slowly she'll approach the door, and what does she see?
There's an elderly woman inside who lives here, works here. Like, she is just sweeping away inside. She's not even really taking notice of you. She's just, she's a part of this town.
Okay. She'll knock quietly on the door with the back of her ring finger in her right hand.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll whisper, "May I come in?"
Yes? I don't believe I know you.
My name is Ektikisi.
Elder Wainwright.
Lovely to meet you. What is
Yes,
this temple to?
This is the temple to Minerva. It's normally a little bit different, but we're preparing for a ceremony for someone had passed last night, and we are setting up here for our final goodbyes.
Oh, is there... Wouldn't be my right... Is there anything I can do?
You're very good. If we could light some of these candles, that would be quite an assistance. There are very, very many of them.
Eos will look around for any kind of a candlestick or like matches or something.
She points like over there and like over. I say over there, like as if I literally pointed. She points ahead of herself to where the candles are, and there are matches and stuff there that you can use. Yeah, just like it's not like you're gonna find a Zippo lighter or anything like that, but there is like tinderbox or whatever.
Perfect. Eos will take off her shoes, leave them by the entryway. She's making sure to be as quiet as possible, so she's on her socks walking around the place, and she will light candles, and every time she lights the candle, she sees the flicker behind her lips. Wes.
Okay. Each candle that gets lit for Westland is it's pretty common to believe that you can light a candle and guide a spirit. That's not an uncommon thought. So there is a nice comfort in that each candle you light just brightens the way for Westland to find his way to wherever it is that he needs to go. Likely for Westland would be his next dream. So it's a nice, comfortable solace that you find in that. That's something that just reminds you that like you've lost a friend, but you're not done helping that friend, right? It doesn't take super long to do, and while you're doing that, she's laying out different types of flowers and different types of things, and there's this kind of indoor sort of fountain setup that they have, and she begins the flow of water on that. It's completely like it's an ornate structure. Excuse me, I can't remember the word for it. It's not mechanical as in mechanism and machine, but it is naturally built. There's a word for this, and it's completely blanked on it. But the fountain itself flows as long as water continues to fill. So she pours the water and it continues to fill, and that's a representation of Minerva, the flow of the universe, keeping things in order through progression and movement. That is her thing. So with that in mind, she sort of does that, and she does this little prayer to Minerva, and then the area is kind of set up and ready for what will happen later, I suppose.
Perfect. While she's doing that, while she's doing her pray, Eos will sit on the pew and wait.
Pew. Yeah. The rest of you, Madriana, I would say, your morning will begin. I'm imagining you didn't get much rest because everything, but
Probably not.
Your morning will begin with the mayor coming up and letting you know, well, the place is ready if you'd like to go down.
So as it was snowing, right? So as they approach and stuff, Hatsu would know because Hatsu was watching, but maybe not them as they weren't there. But as they arrive at Gorban's house, It doesn't look like she's actually there. It just looks like there's like, snow piles around the house. When she hears them arriving, she knows the sound of the footsteps. That's something she makes note of for everyone. That's the only reason she ever knows where Hatsu is, by the sound of his footsteps, as little as they do make. So when she hears them, the snow will start to shake a little bit as she basically like shaking off her feathers and like uncovers herself and Weslin's body and shake the snow off, basically. Almost like a snow dome type thing. And she'll go to stand. It'll be difficult. She is cold. She is probably in pain from sitting there so long the way she did and stuff, but won't stop her. She'll get up and she'll start making her way. She'll give a little kind of look to where Hatsu was as well.
He would follow for sure.
It's up to you guys because she doesn't want to notify people where Gorebound is and stuff, so it's up to you guys to bring Westlin down. But as you do, you would encounter each of the group. So Madriana and Hatsu, you guys walk with Ayami. She helps you. You would encounter a very tired Dash, Slate, Gusto, and Lissa throughout the streets as you're heading down. And as you reach the area, then you would be once again reunited with Eos as well. The group is back together.
I head into wherever the mayor is leading us. And I'm assuming this is the church to Minerva, or the chapel to Minerva that Eos was just at. Yeah. Obviously I wouldn't know that, but just that's where it is. I'm assuming there's a laying table for him.
Yeah, for sure.
She'll go and lay him down as gently as possible. Might be a little bit rougher than she wants, just because at this point she's starting to get a bit kind of weary.
Yeah, of course, it's heavy. It's difficult.
Because he wasn't small. He wasn't big either, but he wasn't small. And she's not exactly the strongest. And then she'll just stand at the head of Wesley, at the head of the table as such, and just stand there. She still hasn't said much, though.
Ash would go and offer his jacket to Madriana.
I think at this point she'd probably fold in the wings and allow that.
Yeah, so just place it over her shoulders, just a gentle tap on the shoulder then, and take up his position on the pew, I guess.
Yeah. In a way, you would probably feel like it's only going to be you guys here, but it isn't. A lot of the people from the town come and they show their respects in different ways. They pray, they speak. Even though they didn't know Westlin, it doesn't stop them from being sad for, what happened and for the loss, and offering condolences to those of you who are up front and feel open to such a thing. Because, picking up on that kind of body language isn't the toughest thing in a situation like this. Now, you will be taking Westlin back with you. You have made that clear. I understand this is not the last time you see the body of Westlin, and that you will continue to do things and to bring him with you until you bring him to where Madriana has deemed his final resting place. And that's beautiful. But this is the last rites for Westlin, if that makes sense. This is a wake for him. So it's entirely up to you if you would like to do anything in this situation, if you wouldn't, or how you would each react or respond to that. I'm not going to force anyone to. But you are welcome to speak up and stuff. You don't need to raise your hand. This is the school. You're okay. You can just go ahead.
And Dash would actually have a little eulogy for him.
Oh, that's nice.
He said. I imagine there's some sort of podium type thing
up next to Westlin.
Yeah, so go and stand. Thank you, everyone, for coming to help us say goodbye to our friend. I think I speak for all of our friends here when I say we are pleasantly surprised that so many of you have chosen to come and honor him. We gather to honor a remarkable soul, Wesleyan Theywise, who lived not just a life but a tapestry of dreams woven through the seasons. Wesleyan had a unique perspective on the world. To him, life was a series of dreams, each one as fleeting and beautiful as the petals of spring. He aged with grace, embodying the wisdom of each season, and as now the winter blankets the earth, we must face the loss of our dear friend and companion. Wesleyan had an unbreakable bond with nature, finding solace amongst the trees and comforts in the whispers of the wind. His heart was wild and as free as his faithful fox companion, Chicken, just gestured to the now white chicken. Together they roamed the woods, the mountains, the wild roads, reminding us all that beauty exists in the world only if we take the time to notice it. In our brief journeys with him, Wesleyan was a steadfast companion. He was a beacon of loyalty and support. He stood by our sides, offering a kind word or a listening ear when we needed it, and his loyalty to his friends was unwavering, a trait that we can only aspire to embody ourselves. So, as we say goodbye to Wesleyan today, we should remember the dreams that he shared, the laughter he brought to our lives, and the love he extended. Though he might have left this realm, his spirit will forever linger on in the rustling leaves, the gentle snowfall, and in our hearts. I'll just turn to face Wesleyan directly. Rest easy, friend. We'll carry your dreams with us and honor the light you brought into our lives. May you find peace amongst the stars, dreaming your way through eternity. We'll see you again. Then Dash will go and sit down.
This, she is showing no emotion, but as you sit down, she turns away and all you hear is a little gesture.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Is there any other... Gusto's just behind Lissa, just sniffing away.
It's Gusto's just pulling his hand back after handing her something.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything that anyone else would like to...
Hatsu would walk up and he would look at Wesleyan. He would look at his tattoos. Well, a man that truly lived with nature, a guy that planted his roots deep in the woods to where he shall return to become one again. Wesleyan did teach us an important lesson, that it's not about what you leave behind in riches and estate and titles. It's what you planted in the people's hearts on your journey along, through your seasons. The amount of time you put in to take care about the things that nobody sees. To make sure that there's no trees on your lawn, that you sometimes need a little space to find yourself within the woods. Rest in power, Westland. I know you're not gone. We will meet again. And next time, I promise, my sword won't find you. And he sits back. And doing a little prayer for him. The usual one.
You got it.
It's always the same, but it's a powerful one.
You got it, man. Absolutely. Is there anything else, or?
Eos will get up, take down her hood, put on the scarf, slowly holding a candle with her palm open as she approaches the stand, whatever it's called. The candle will ignite, no obvious source of magic or whatever. She will look down towards Wes, and as her eyes turn black with thaumaturgy, she will speak. I do not know what Wesson truly believed in, but we shared curiosity and comfort of the stars. Today, our friends gather in reverence as the threads of time weave another soul into the eternal tapestry of the space above us. Our friend, like the fleeting moments of twilight, embraced each breath with the quiet understanding that all things must and will pass. Now they drift beyond the veil, carried by the winds of time, to a secret wish, where past and future become one. In the stars above and the waters below, he will be embraced with his essence lingering like the last light of dusk, an echo, ethereal and eternal, untouched by the passage of time. And she'll walk down and take a seat.
The room only gets more full. People don't leave. They want to hear what you all have to say, and they take in all of your words. And much to your surprise, people who've never met Westland walk up and they bow in their own ways. They show their respects in their own ways. And they pay tribute to Westland. Some leaving a flower. Some leaving little petals or a little bit of dirt or some snow. Symbols of what is important to them and their culture and their way of life. All in all, it takes a long time. It doesn't feel like it, but you realize when you walk out, all said and done, that hours have gone by. Everybody showed up to give Westland their love and respect, and listen to what you had to say about him, and learn about him through your eyes and through your perspectives. And as you guys are walking out together, that's when you notice that one extra person was in attendance. Well, that was quite beautiful. Remington has his cloak up, but his purple skin. It's good to see you all. I'm tremendously sorry for your loss. How are you all doing?
Dash is hurriedly trying to wipe away some tears.
Ready to take him home.
Ready to help you with that.
Doesn't say anything else, she just goes and starts picking him up again.
So on the way, out, Hatsu would approach Remington. Well, I'm not quite familiar with seeing someone aging like that. Was that a condition you were aware of?
Slightly. I was hoping we had more time to find an answer. I slipped into Lys's voice, my bad. To find an answer. Nope, it's gone. We'll never have him back.
Posh English.
Find an answer.
Thanks. To find an answer. It was too soon.
Just, I've never had to witness this kind of... You know, it's hard for me to build trust.
Of course.
But it's harder for me to let someone go that I trust. And I kind of feel responsible. Even if I know that's the circle. Is there something we can do?
In the small sense, you can show him your respect, your love and appreciation. It's never too late. In the larger sense, I'm afraid, other than maybe somebody at the Chiral Medical Facility, I don't know anyone who would be capable of such a thing.
Thank you, Sensei.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
I'm good.
He just nods and just sort of steps back into the snow a little bit.
Once he's stepped away, I'd like to go and have a sidebar with him.
Wesleyan or with Hatsu?
With,
with
Remington.
Remington or Hatsu, sorry.
Yeah, no point talking to Wesleyan now.
He's dead.
Well, whoops.
Oh shit, he's back. No. Detect undead.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you like to say to Remington?
Remington, a matter away from the emotive presence that needs your specific attention.
Oh, sure. What can I do for you?
Well, I'll just introduce you. Gusto.
What?
We encountered Gusto here in the midst of a magical fire in a warehouse. Well, I thought you might like to meet him.
Gus is trying to hide the alms box that he's been passing around while all these people were here.
It's
for Minerva.
It's nice to meet you, Gusto.
Gusto, this is the headmaster of Maleficum Zacarnum of Magic and Might.
Oh yeah, he invited me. That's why you're here.
I
I'll
just
be
looked
taking a sweet
apologetically at Remington.
preferably at the pool.
What?
Yeah.
I think he either is or he thinks he is a cleric of Minerva and Tempest,
And the twins.
And the twins. You see where my curiosity has been piqued, I'm sure.
Chosen.
I did not invite him.
He did.
You invited him to the Arcana.
No, I did not. That's not my decision to make. I did not. I mentioned it, and he jumped at the mention of it.
As you lean back and you look back at the group to try and get any kind of recognition from any of them, you just see Lyssa saying, and then you look back, like nodding, and then you look back and she just starts nodding no as you look towards her.
So yeah, I believe he wants to.
So you invited someone to the
No.
Arcanum?
No, I did not. But at the same time, he seems like the type that could use some quite special guidance.
Well, I'm not sure that we actually have space for Gusto. In the future, it'd be better if you talk to me first before inviting people.
I didn't.
Well, that guy's dead. I'll just take his house.
Yes.
That's a bit insensitive, Gusto.
I'm having a difficult time finding a reason for you not to do that.
Done deal. All right, let's go.
Oh.
Remington, you see, he just has a way.
Yes, you should grow a spine dash and not invite people to other people's houses, but that's all right. We'll
I didn't
work
throw
around
a
this.
dirty look at Lyssa.
Are there any last minute things that anyone wants to do in Penzance before going home?
Yeah, I'd like to do
Rob the
something as
judge.
well. I'd like to, because I know the local area, I'd just like to go to the local shop and just get a plain, like a white shirt, nothing fancy, just clean, fresh shirt. And I would like to go to where I was before, where you can see the ocean, so it has the water in front and Penzance behind, where it has the trees and snow and all of that. And I just want to spend a couple of minutes and basically make a mark or something on the rock for Weslin, just to signify that this was his place of rest. Not his place of rest, but is where he died effectively. But something that I know, there's no point in doing a wooden headstone or something, because firewood and stuff like that is scarce in places like this, and because of the climate, etc. Something that will be there when the snow comes and goes, or will remain thereafter long into the future. So just make that mark. Take the cheap, clean white shirt, and then go back to everybody else. That's it.
Okay.
Before they leave, Hatsu would go to see Gregor for the last time.
Gregor? Yeah, no worries. You head into the forge. It's not the most fancy workshop I've ever seen, but there's just something homely about it. It's nice. It's a small place, but it's a nice one,
He would open the door. He would knock first.
Yeah.
And he would open the door. Before he would enter, he would bow down like he would do in a place of like a sacred place, like a dojo or a smith.
Right.
Or places that are sacred to him and his family traditions.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
And
what would you like to do here?
I wanted to say goodbye for now. And I want to thank you for the work you put in this. And he shows the longbow again, and he kind of bows a little bit. And if you ever feel you need a friend, just send me a message.
Thank you. I'm sorry about your friend. That can't be easy.
That's the circle, I guess. But thank you for your condolences.
If you ever
And I
need
will-
anything, please reach out. You have my address.
And I will make sure that Tormund Steelshell will hear the best about you when I meet him.
Send
He's
him my
kinda
regards.
he's kinda a little, you know, normally he would earn his weapons in a certain way, but this time that there was like a master craftsman that would just make something for him just because it's new to him, and he's still overwhelmed that someone did something so with so much heart for him. So he bows down a little deeper than he normally would, and he says, I hope to meet you soon in good health and with even more practice and mastership in your craft. And then he would return back to the group.
Same to you, Hatsu. Keep practicing. One day you'll
Why?
use one of my weapons, and it'll be a proud moment for both of us. I will start working now. Go see Tormund. I said weapons, I meant armor. He's an armor smith. Sorry. You'll use a piece of his armor. That's what he said.
Yeah, he would like not and go back to the group, I guess.
Hatsu, are you... Oh, sorry, Dash, are you aware that your jacket is entirely burned?
Yes, but it's still very cold.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't it stink of ash and smoke? And
It does.
it looks awful. Are you poor?
Thank you.
Is that the problem? That you're too poor now?
Yes, it is. We'll remedy that eventually. Listen, I'm not sure anyone thought to check, but how are you after all of this?
There's a very... I'm going to say Madriana picks up on this because this is her forte. There's a very slight reaction from Lissa of surprise. It's the slightest thing. And then immediately followed by when Dash sort of turns to face Lissa and is kind of asking this question and stuff, you see that she wrote "kick me" in dirt on the back of his jacket. It's a sad day, but maybe he left some things at home that we can take and sell, so you know, it could be a win. It's clearly a joke. She's joking. Just put that out there. Possibly.
It's free real estate.
She slaps Weslin's hut.
If a whole lot of Madriana in here.
Yeah, you never said that if Adriana couldn't move into the hut. You just said she had to move the tree, right?
Exactly. I moved the tree and I move into his hut. That's the plan. I didn't want to say it, but you told
I've
everyone
outed you.
now.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. That was the plan. Was that I moved the tree, but then I now move into the hut. That's it. That was the plan.
He's haunting you. He's going to haunt you so hard.
That's all right. You should enjoy the company.
Given how cold it is, should we make our way to Remington and the Arcanum?
We should. I guess we won't find a mark here, but there's something I'd like to discuss with you when we get back.
She just says nothing. I don't think she has any response prepared for that.
And just to the group at large, should we go say goodbye to Gorebound before we leave?
Perhaps I need a moment with Rem and Lissa, though, if that's possible.
Oh, I'm very popular today.
Must be strange for you. And walks away.
She just takes a note of that. Eos, darling, what can I do for you?
Lissa, I'm gonna need you to take care of Ducky for a few days, I think. Rem, if it's okay with you, I'd like to stay here a bit longer. I don't know how I'll get back, but I'd like to stay here a bit longer.
Sure. That's quite alright. Oh, I know. He starts rummaging around his cloak and he pulls out this like big thing and he puts it back into his cloak and he pulls out this like whole broom and he puts that back into his cloak. He rummages around and he's like reaching way in and he's like, just a moment. And he like stretches way down. Ugh. Yeah. And he hands you like this small little, it's like a blue stone, and in the center of it is just a little beautiful ornate symbol that looks quite similar to the Arcanum. This should take you home when you're ready.
Thank you. It's about the
one
thing
use,
inside me.
One use sort of thing. The thing inside you.
Yeah.
Dear.
It's not contagious, don't worry.
Do you need anyone to stay with you?
I'll be okay. But listen. So, Ducky, approach on the right, brush slowly. Around 7 a.m., tell him he's a good boy.
Oh, I better write this down.
Yeah.
She opens up a journal, and you can see on the outside of the journal it says Dash Heidman on it.
But if you are in danger, you make the call of a raven and he will arrive.
Just call?
Like a raven.
What does a raven sound like? I come from
Jesus,
a city. I know what a pigeon sounds like.
Listen carefully.
Right.
Thaumaturgy, she makes the sound of a raven.
Oh, I can't do that.
Okay. Well, you won't be in trouble. You can take care of yourself anyways.
I'll just steer clear of the swamps.
Very good then. But yes, please do take care of him. He will take care of you. I'll be back.
As you all emerge? I don't know if that's the right word. As you all approach Gorbound's house.
Adriana, you didn't see my journal.
You said that's a Magiana?
Yeah. Chief suspect, obviously.
She doesn't say anything.
Did you take it? Cack up your tongue?
The bird just looks at you and goes,
Just like snaps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Albie, you're so cute.
Dash loses an eye. You approach Gorbound's house. Rem and Alyssa approach afterwards, but no Eos. Is there anything you guys want to say to Gorbound before you go?
I don't say anything to him, but I do give him a look and just a nod.
Like a knowing look or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katsu would bow like a little bit. And he would say, Adrian, remember the practices that we did to find yourself in your mid. Breathe. And everything will be okay. And if there's something you might need help with, just tell the mayor, she will get us here.
Keep on to that bell, Adrian. If you like, you could hang it over the door. It'd be a nice little doorbell for you.
He grips the bell and keeps it closer. He's not letting it go out of his hands.
I'm glad we could help you.
I will help. When you need. I will remember.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll see you again in the future. I gather our paths will lead us back here again at some point.
Foreshadowing.
Take care, Adrian.
Someone in the future just smash cut this so the next time we end up in Penzance, please.
It's all on fire.
They're all dead. No!
What?
Gorban's just standing there, bloodied hands.
Yeah.
What have I
In
done?
retrospect, this was a terrible idea. Yeah.
They should have gone for the head.
Yeah, Remington leads you guys out, preparing for your departure. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle and all such nonsense.
Just so everyone knows, Remington has offered Gusto a place.
Fuck yeah!
I've already told everyone that you offered him the place.
It wasn't me. Oh god. Gusto, you're gonna be cool, right?
When I'm the king, cool. Hey, look at these glasses.
Oh god.
You got a tattoo. It says "Mom." It's like not even ironic.
At
Is that a
least you
tattoo
have a
that
nice
looks like-
jacket.
It's written in pen.
What? No. Well, I mean, it's. I have to fill it in sometimes, you know, because it was really done real fast in the alleyway.
Oh, darling, don't get a tattoo in the alleyway.
I got a lot of things in the alleyway.
Oh,
Should we take you to a healer?
Why?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
is that Stash's go-to when he gets something in the alleyway?
Oh, yeah. Man, you gotta learn to do crime better, man.
Remington's just like hand in his head, like Patrick Stewart meme of like Picard.
Funny
Like,
enough,
just, yeah,
Dash is exactly the same. It's like a mirror. They're both there. Like,
Steve looks at Dash and is just like, remember, you invited this.
I'm
God's
going
will.
to kill you all.
God's will. And on that note, home you go. You're not struck by lightning, don't worry.
Well.
As you arrive back at the Arcanum, immediately, Dash, you're way too fucking warm. It's nice to feel your toes again. The clothes are too heavy. The mood is very heavy. But you have Westland with you.
Did we go into the Arcanum, or did he take us back to the woods?
Back to the woods where you left from.
So, I'll walk him over to the hole he'd been digging. How deep is it? How deep did he actually get?
How deep is my hole? How
6
deep
foot conveniently.
I believe it's 6 feet.
Pretty deep hole. Should be on OnlyFans.
Only beards.
Yeah.
I'll basically jump down, but with the use of the wings, just like float that last couple of feet to make it softer. I lay him down in the hole, essentially. I should imagine I'm kind of squished in here, but I can move around enough. I'm kind of agile. She like lays him down, leans him down and stuff. One thing someone that would have been able to notice probably would have noticed, so I'm guessing probably Lisa was the only one, is that his clothes are immaculate. Because while Majorna was holding him, she was casting mending the whole time.
There's a noticeable piece missing, and that's the piece that is wrapped around Chicken, of course. Mending can't bring it back, it just fixes what's there.
Yeah,
But the
exactly.
clothing looks incredible, and the piece that was taken was respectful, and
Oh yeah.
Westland looks great.
The last thing she does is she'll pluck a feather out of her wing, put it in his hair, and she says, she whispers to him, I'm going to stick to the deal and move the tree. But now I'm moving into your home.
Westland springs back to life.
Just a hand straight up on the throat.
Revenant!
If you want it back, you better find me in the next life. And with this, and that's when she places the feather, you'll be able to find me.
Westland
And then
is...
she'll parkour her way out the hole.
Westland is not, by any stretch of the imagination, looking like a child, but he isn't an old man either. He's in the form he was when you met. His flesh is withering, wilting away. His hair is faded. But he looks like what you knew him as opposed to this older form of him that was upsetting for him. In a typical and conventional place, this process would take a while, but here, Remington just slides the dirt across using certain spells that form large hands. And
If Hatsu would see this,
intervene before that continues.
okay,
I'd like to stop Remington, seeing that he's starting to do that.
Okay.
Because the hole was dug, and obviously, I presume there's utensils, there's a spade or whatever, and I'm just going to say to him, we do this the old way, and I'm just going to start filling it in.
he cancels
yeah,
his
Hatsu
spell.
was about to do the same, and he would pick up the second shovel that was there.
I would also
rather than actually dig it.
start to help. I assume hands if we're out of shovels.
I made Adriana and Alyssa help as well.
Gusto watches.
I'd say a Majorana goes to, but just doesn't have the strength anymore.
And while we're doing it, Remington, is Eos okay?
Well, these past few days have been quite the journey for all of you. And a lot of experiences. But she's not quite ready to finish her experience yet.
Does she need anyone?
She has everything she needs. But she's on a path. That path will lead her back to you. Don't worry. She's quite strong. Very resilient. And
I think we've noticed.
I'm pretty sure she loves the peppermint tea here, so she'll come back.
Oh, Gusto, wait until you try the tea.
The tea?
The tea.
Tea.
Yeah, tea.
Kind of fancy ass resort is this place? Tea.
You'll like it.
Is it like a bar?
Given that you invited him, and I assume you're paying for his room and board, and
Put it on Elendor's tab. It'll be fine.
just walks past and taps you on the back, leaving you guys to stand next to your friends.
Madriana, you look like you could use a long rest.
Not as long as him.
Funny enough, I think you'll be okay. You go
Yeah.
get some sleep. You've done amazing work.
Yes, I have a new house to decorate.
Would you mind a new neighbor?
It is quite nice out here.
As long as I said to you before, Hatsu, the tree was always set up for all of us.
That's why I'm asking.
Cool if we had like individual trees, just in this kind of area here, right next to.
Don't ruin his area anymore. I did that enough. There's a tree there that has a space for each of you. Just for the love of God, please ask Remington to move it back about 10 feet.
Just so that I understand correctly, did Dash invite Gusto here and then invite himself to join you guys? That's interesting.
That's pretty much Dash's whole thing, isn't it? Just
Listen, is that my
inviting
journal?
himself.
Oh, toodaloo! She just runs
Yep.
off.
What he doesn't know is I actually have the journal.
She has to see a man about a horse.
I'll roll that sleight of hand. I don't care. I know I'll outdo you.
Yeah, I mean, shit, yeah, if you want to go against Lissa, let's go against Lissa. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
No, not Alyssa, against Dash.
Oh, against Dash?
I
Yeah,
didn't have it.
you just win. Dash didn't have it, though. Lissa's had it.
I didn't have
That's
it,
like
yeah.
James's.
Oh, well, in that case. Ooh, maybe not. 17.
So, her passive perception is really good, but I'm going to do an active check. In a moment. Characters. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to use her sheet today. There we go. Active perception. Oh. Well, as she's walking away, you snatch the journal from her back pocket and she has no idea.
Oh, that's an appropriate beat drop.
That's my evening's readings.
Oh, dear.
Well.
So you better message me what's in it.
Oh, we'll have a conversation.
Oh, we'll have a conversation.
Dear diary, Alyssa turned me down once again. She doesn't even know she did, but she did.
With that in mind, it has been a long week for you guys. The rain gently pelts down, and each of you starts to step away from Westland's place to go to your various spaces, wherever that may be.
Mine's about 10 foot away.
11 tomorrow.
Thanks, man. If you lived here, you'd be home already.
I'm in his house now. I haven't gone to the tree.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll have a conversation about that too. When we pick up next week, I want to talk to Madriana about some of the contents of the journal. I want to talk to Madriana about the contents of the hut, because Westland left things behind. I want to pick up on the next sort of chapter for you guys, because this is closing the chapter of this book. We're starting the next part. The end of this sort of year in the Wandering Isles. The first one for you guys, but not for your characters. The school will shut down at the end of the year and ask you guys to go home and to do things if you wish. You're welcome to stay. But usually for the holidays, and to celebrate the new year, it's a big deal across the Isles. It's one of the only universal holidays. Now, it's still a few weeks away, but there's time for your characters to think about what they would like to do, where they would like to go, and I would like you guys to think about that and kind of cross that bridge.
Oh, gotta see Mom about a jacket.
Mom, did you make a jacket for a guy named Gusto?
You got
Very nice lady.
You got
Why we're not buying that cool?
stepdad.
What's more fucked up is that when he opens the door, Gusto's already there.
Hello, son.
Dad starts pulling out hair, ends up with a bald patch.
Told you could be bald.
You know, for an older lady, Dash, your mum's a real goer.
We will also find out what's Eos's next part of this journey. Time will be moving forward a little bit. There'll be a long rest. So we'll be somewhat downtime, but you know, you have your classes and your rituals and you're back to normality now.
Normality.
But with that in mind, you did have a lovely experience, and with experience comes level ups. Welcome to level 3. Same rules apply. We're gonna do the level up at the beginning of the session next week. It'll still be somewhat vague, but probably a little less vague as people are starting to figure out what the fuck you guys are. So we can talk a little bit about that. Some of you are picking abilities, like schools, houses, that kind of stuff. You're picking your subclass effectively in some cases. Some of you already have, some of you still have to. We're reaching a point now where big changes are coming to your characters. And based on the journey that you've been on, I really want you guys as players to consider what that means to your character as you're leveling them up. What could you bring to your character to bring them forward? Now, some of you are planned way ahead, and some of you are going to have a think about it, so that's okay. My DMs are open to you guys, obviously, as always, to discuss this kind of stuff, and we can meet up and we can talk about this stuff. That's totally fine. At the beginning of next week's session, we'll level up, we'll do our HP, and we'll talk somewhat vaguely about what's happening, but there's some... It's going to be a little bit harder for some of you to talk vaguely about what you're doing because it's big changes. But we'll try and keep it, we'll try and keep it a little under the table. But for those who are perceptive, I think at this point, or well-versed in D&D, you've probably figured out what a lot of you guys are playing as in terms of class, subclass, race, that kind of thing. But yeah, welcome to level 3.
I'm an elf.
We're all elves. Elf rogues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Elf the back to barbarians.
We'll discuss what that means to each of you throughout the week. But for now, we will end our session. We will go to our post-show. We'll have a little discussion, and we'll have trying a little bit of an extended post-show. That's why I want to end a bit early, because we didn't have one last week, and there's probably questions lingering from last week as well. People are aware of the experiences that we went through. So what we'll do is we'll take 5 minutes. We'll come back at 1:15, and we'll pick up from there. For those of you watching on YouTube and who don't go to the post show, thank you so much for being with us. Those of you who watch Twitch, thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for the subs, the donos, the bits, the everything. You guys are fantastic. And for all the follows, we hit a follow goal today. Super appreciate that.
130.
Awesome. Nice. We're growing fast. I love it. But for those who aren't coming out, oops, I'm punching my microphone. For those who aren't coming with us, thank you so much for joining us and for being there. And for those,
why aren't you coming? Punch his microphone.
And for those of you who are, we will see you in the post show in 5 minutes. BRB or goodbye.
See you in a minute.